This is for all them PS boys out there, man. Y'all know what time it is. If you a Sony pony, you need to get hype. If you a Xbox boy, you need to get hype. If you a Nintendo boy, you need to get hype. Get hype, get hype, get hype. If you a Sony pony, giddy up, giddy up. If you a Sony pony, you need to get hype, get hype, get hype, get hype. Get hype, man, it's about to go down. I said the haters gonna hate, they hating on the T-flops. They can't stop us because we got the exclusives, the games, the storytelling, minds blowing. Understand them Xbox boys, they trying to destroy us. Nintendo boys, we still stand tall. Boys in red, you know how we do it. Let's get it on, let's get it popping. And this is why we gotta get hype, man. Let's get it on, man. Ayy. Ayy, 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 you need to get hype. Ayy, 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 you need to get hype.
We miss you when you come, we miss you when you come. We miss you when you come, we miss you when you come. We miss you when you come, we miss you when you come. Send your limo way, everything you had to say. Because of you, everything you do.
From the buses to the train, it's insane. Memories coming to my brain, trying to maintain. All I have left is all you gave me, bro. I miss you every day. Oh my goodness, waking up to this darkness. But you are the light, Joy-Con boys forever. Let's get it poppin', BK all day, let's go.
We miss you when you come. 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 Singing in my way, everything I had to say, we all because of you. Everything you do.
From the buses to the train, it's insane. Memories coming to my brain, trying to maintain. All I have left is all you gave me, bro. I miss you every day. Oh my goodness, waking up to this darkness, but you are the light. Joy-Con boys forever. Let's get it poppin'. BK all day. Let's go.
We miss you when you come. 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 Singing in my way, everything I had to say, because of you, everything you do.
From the buses to the train, it's insane. Memories coming to my brain, trying to maintain. All I have left is all you gave me, bro. I miss you every day. Oh my goodness, waking up to this darkness, but you are the light. Joy-Con boys forever. Let's get it poppin'. BK all day. Let's go. Hey, this is for all them PS boys out there, man. Y'all know what time it is. If you a Sony pony, you need to get hype. If you a Xbox boy, you need to get hype. If you a Nintendo boy, you need to get hype. Get hype, get hype, get hype. If you a Sony pony, giddy up, giddy up. If you a Sony pony, you need to get hype. Get hype, get hype, get hype. Get hype, man, it's about to go down. I said the haters gonna hate. They hating on the T-flops. They can't stop us because we got the exclusives, the games, the storytelling, minds blowing. Understand them Xbox boys, they trying to destroy us. Nintendo boys, we still stand tall. Boys in red, you know how we do it. Let's get it on, let's get it popping. And this is why we gotta get hype, man. Let's get it on, man. Ayy. Ayy, 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 you need to get hype. Ayy, 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 you need to. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, Marlon, back at it again with another edition of the MGN podcast. This is episode 10 of the MGN podcast, and I do have a special guest with me here today, the one and only, the undisputed heavyweight journalist, a brother from another mother. Been knowing him for a very, very long time, and he's been changing the landscape of gaming. You know what time it is, man. Hip hop gamer is the hip hop gamer show. What it is.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's the one and only hip hop gamer, Hot 97 Logic 10G. Yo, Marlon, what up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Let's get it, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Messiah Xbox. I see him here too. So one love, man. One love. It's just humbling as always. Thanks for the great introduction. Let's get to it, B. You know how it go down, son. Let's go.
Yeah. What's up, man? Now we got Craig. What's up, Craig? I think Craig's still trying to get his mic together. But welcome everybody to episode 10. You know, we had to do it special for episode 10 and everything. And just want you guys to know that we really do appreciate the support for the podcast. If you guys could please hit that like button and also share the podcast as well. We're definitely going to get into some major topics here that I think a lot of people want some clarification on. And that's why I have hip hop here. And yesterday on the show, we spoke about the DLSS and, you know, how that particular feature has basically evolved over time. So I wanted hip hop to be on here to kind of just so that you guys hear it from the horse's mouth, and also the interview that he actually did with Kojima Productions, which was just phenomenal work. And like I said, I've been knowing hip hop since 2006-7. So this man put a lot of hard work into everything that he does and everything. And so I really do appreciate it. We're also going to be talking about the August state of play for the PlayStation 5. We've been hearing a lot of different rumors about that. So hopefully we can get a little bit much more clarification on that today for you guys, as well as Xbox Live for free. As far as like free to play games, we're going to talk about that. Halo Infinite doing 120 FPS on the multiplayer portion there for Series X. Silent Hill tease. We're also going to be talking about Resistance Fall of Man, because Insomniac was actually teasing that, and I think hip hop said something yesterday, so I've heard. So we're going to have him clarify on that one. We're also going to be talking about the Gunk developer and how they were saying that everything that they're trying to do, it's only possible with Series X only and not PS5. Yeah, I'm glad we got hip hop on here so we could talk about that. We're also going to be talking about Spider-Man and the rumors that we've been hearing with Miles Morales, and also with the PS4 version being remastered, like a digital code that's going to be bundled with it, right? So I think that will be dope, just to kind of get people in the Spider-Man universe that haven't really played Spider-Man on PS4. So I think that would just be genius if it is true. We're also going to be talking about something that's quite interesting that popped up on PlayStation's playlist. I think it's under the PlayStation 5, the future of gaming, and it was updated yesterday. So shout out to the news team for bringing that to my attention. So we're definitely going to be tearing that down. We're also going to be talking about the Xbox Showcase and how hip hop feels about it, because I really wanted hip hop to be on here to get his side of the whole, you know, showcase thing with Halo and everything that was shown there. We're going to talk about that new PlayStation 5 PS Now feature. We're also going to be talking about how Xbox needs to sell Xbox Series X's to players. We're also going to be talking about this is something that I really wanted to kind of share a little bit much more in depth, because I talked about it yesterday, how Microsoft literally secret-handedly changed their slogan from the world's most powerful console to the most powerful Xbox ever, which is kind of crazy. EA pretty much changing the landscape as far as them trying to signal buying WB Games. So that and a host more of other things. Craig, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me. Shout out to you and the panel and your special guest here, Hip Hop Gamers. I listened to you yesterday, Hip Hop, on with Big Cloud, and big fan of what you're doing, brother.
Yo, God bless you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yo, this show is loaded, son. I'm ready to go all in, B. Let's get it popping. Share the stream, like it. Tell everybody. Tell your mama. Tell Craig and them. Tell everybody. Let them know what's popping. You know what I'm saying? It's about to go down. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that share button as well. We definitely need that appreciation, guys. So hip hop, we got to talk about this whole DLSS, man, because you was one of the first people to actually come out and put this information out there. And we know how the industry is, very cutthroat, and they don't source people correctly and everything like that. Just like with the backwards compatibility, everybody just want to grab something and narrate it and make it into their own. Like, bro, you didn't break that story. You know what I'm saying? You did not break that story. So could you please talk about this DLSS? I tried to break it down as much. I saw they were trying to let me know that you was in 2 shows ago, that you were just saying what up and everything when I was talking about the DLSS, and I was trying to break it down for them. But could you talk about the DLSS and how that's going to change gaming as far as the next gen consoles and PC, and your interview with Kojima Productions?
Yo, I'll tell you right now, son, like the whole DLSS joint, this is the part that changes everything. This is where all the rules get broken and you can't think the same way you used to think when it came to generations before this. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely the best groundbreaking technology ever, period, ever in gaming history. Now let's get into it, B. So the first thing is this, right? This is what I was trying to tell you before. So let's say you playing Control, like a game like Control, right? And you trying to run that joint at 4K, 60 frames per second with all effects on and everything like that. Nope, it ain't happening. Even with an RTX 2080 Ti. And the thing is, just to let y'all know, I speak from experience. I'm not one of them dudes just talking because I heard somebody else say something. Everything I'm telling y'all is from what I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to bring clarity. So when you look at DLSS, right, and you play a game like Control, yo, this joint, when you turn it on, you can run the game at like 60 frames per second. It looks better than the native 4K image, and you're only rendering the game at 1440p or 1080p, whatever you prefer, because they got performance and quality mode, right? So the fact is this, I'm gonna give y'all the clarity right now, and I'm gonna directly relate this to the announcement that Insomniac just made with 4K 60 performance mode. I love me. Let's go. So check this out, right? When you look at a game like Control and you set it to performance mode and you got it in 1080p rendering, it looks exactly like what a native 4K image is. Like, it looks exactly what your native 4K image would be if you had a strong enough card to run it in the native 4K rendering. When you set that joint to quality mode, when you render it in 1440p, it surpasses the native 4K while still maintaining 60 frames per second and maintaining great frame timing. So I keep trying to tell y'all, it's not just about 60 FPS and that's it. It's also about the frame timing. Because when you have 60 FPS, that's 16.66 milliseconds that it has to run at consistently. So if you see the milliseconds fluctuate up and down, you're still going to get stutters. And that's why you got G-Sync and Freesync and all these other technologies to eliminate stutters, even if you got a solid frame rate. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. You got to understand all the technology to know exactly what you're talking about, so you can know how important and how powerful all this stuff is. This stuff is crazy. It's the best technology ever. That's one. Then the second thing I wanted to break down is when you saw that Digital Foundry video, right, about DLSS and comparing it to the checkerboarding that PlayStation does. PlayStation 4 Pro came out in 2016. The first DLSS came out in 2019. You understand what I'm saying? So the way the PlayStation 4 Pro has it with the 4K checkerboarding, it's a technology that they got that they call ID buffer. So with the ID buffer, what it does is it spots the images, like the last image that you got to the current image that you have now. It takes the image and spot everything on that image, so they can recreate that image and reconstruct it so it can look better without costing you so much in terms of processing power. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll break it down to you like this to make it more make it more easy, so y'all can understand what I'm saying, right? If you turn on Call of Duty right now, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, right, and you run that game with all the textures at low, it's still gonna be 4K, 60 frames per second, but it's gonna look real bland. Everything's gonna look unfinished because you got the settings to low textures. So it's still 4K 60, but the textures is low. When you put the ultra settings on to make it look amazing, it's going to be taxing. You know what I'm saying, on your CPU. It's going to be taxing on your GPU or that processing power. So all they did was make it look great without it costing processing power to pull it off. And this is what makes PlayStation 5 in particular very important, because they already been doing this. Like, if you look at Spider-Man, if you look at Days Gone, if you look at Horizon Zero Dawn, all these games utilize it. And the reason why Death Stranding was so important, and this ties into the Kojima production interview. The first question that I asked Mr. Akayo, because I didn't get a chance to talk directly to Hideo Kojima because he was working on something. Just know that he's working on something. So I couldn't speak to him, but I spoke to Mr. Akayo, and Mr. Akayo, he's the CTO of Kojima Productions. So he's like one of the top level executives there, right? Shout out to my man once again for setting it up for me. And here's the deal with Kojima Productions. I asked them, was you able to get all that you wanted out of this game on PC, considering the effects that PC have? So like that, you know, like the power and stuff, right? So then he said that the first thing that they wanted to do was make sure that our performance was at the quality of PlayStation 4. Now think about this for a second. You bring in this game to PC and you want to make sure that the quality level is of PS4, like in terms of performance level. I would say that, like, performance level. So what does that tell you? The fact that DLSS 2.0 is featured in Death Stranding, that means that across the board, in terms of scalability, not everybody is going to be able to run Death Stranding at 4K 60 or whatever, because not everybody got an RTX 2080 Ti. Not everybody has that. So how can someone with an RTX 2060 or even somebody with a GTX 1080 Ti from last gen in the NVIDIA chip circuit, how can they be able to enjoy the same game the same way? DLSS 2.0 allows that. You could buy a $300 graphics card to get the same performance as an RTX 2080 Ti simply because of that technology. And when you're dealing with a PlayStation 4 Pro, it has to be able to work on that system so that everybody that buys the game can utilize the same experience. So you had to make sure the same experience can be had on PC as well. And DLSS 2.0 provides that. It's groundbreaking, man. So I just want to start out and lead with that. I know you got more questions, but yo, it is absolutely the best technology, and it is the secret sauce. That the stuff that Lisa Sue was talking about, everything. Yes, that is exactly what that secret sauce is, because it provides longevity for the system. You could get more out of it because you don't have to use as much processing power, which is the second thing. And the third thing is already been integrated into the system at the hardware level. So even though NVIDIA has the neural, the machine learning with the neural network and stuff like that, Sony has it at the hardware system level as well. And they also utilize, machine learning and AI upscaling too. It's going to be unbelievable. So that's what I have to say about that.
Wow. I mean,
okay,
go ahead, Craig. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, does it have to be called something else? Since is it DSLL? That's trademarked to NVIDIA. Yeah, all right. Isn't that trademarked to NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Does AMD have to call it something? I mean, not that it can't do it, but will AMD call it something different? Yeah,
it's just like how NVIDIA says SLI and AMD says Crossfire. It's the same thing. It's a multi-GPU. It's the same thing, but they just call it different things. It's just like with a Sony TV. Sony TVs is called Motion Flow, and I think LG's is called True Motion. It's the same thing, just a different name. So with Sony's, I know Checkerboard is what it was called, but the technology that they created, they labeled it as an ID buffer. And the ID buffer it allows it to identify the image that needs to be reconstructed with that technology. And there's a very important article that y'all all should go back and check out. In October 24th, 2016, I believe, shout out to Digital Foundry, they did an article with Mark Cerny detailing things about the PS4 Pro. And what I'm trying to tell y'all is PS4 Pro, a soft, minor feel of what PS5 actually is. And that's what people are forgetting. That this was just an experiment to lead y'all to what PS5 actually is going to be. So there's a lot of things that people overlook, but that article brings a lot of clarity to what we're going through now. And after the interview that I did with Kojima Productions and what else he had to say about DLSS, it's a wrap. Yo, Kojima, they said it themselves. They was like, yo, look, one way or the other. Because like the question that I have for them, I said, will DLSS be an industry standard in PC and consoles? And what he told me, he was like, yo, one way or the other, this technology will be a part of the future. In the near future, this is the option that will be most appealing to everyone and all developers. That's why Sony has this at the hardware system level, and they making that better. Because remember, DLSS 1.0, the performance was great, but the visual quality was horrible. It looked like somebody took a whole bunch of grease and smacked you in the face with it and just rubbed it on the screen or something. Like the visual quality was bad. And DLSS 2.0 is done deal. Bro, I could take a 560p, like PS2 era or something like that. I could take a resolution like that and make it look better than 1080p.
Right.
Like, yo, it's listen, if you've never experienced this technology in person, you're gonna think I'm lying. And I get you. I understand where you coming from, because ain't no way. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, no, it's real. It's unbelievable. Yo, listen, y'all know how I get. The very, very, very first time I tested this out, I did an interview. Shout out to my man Brian. I did an interview with NVIDIA, right? And I asked them, I was like, yo, what are y'all doing? They're like, y'all changing the rules of the game with this. Like, it's unbelievable. And they was pretty much saying that there's more to come. But the goal in doing this is, one, to save processing power. Two, to get more people involved in gaming, period. So it's more cost effective to get involved without losing the quality that everyone wants to experience and stuff like that, especially on the PC NVIDIA side with the GeForce. And the third thing I will tell you, man, yo, Marlon, I'm not sure if you've seen it, or Craig, I'm not sure if you've seen it in person or whatever what I'm talking about. But I played Wolfenstein Youngbloods, Control, and Death Stranding. And when I tell you, it's like when you experience it, you cannot go back. Can't go back to the way, like the native, like the Unreal Engine 5, when they showed that off, and people was trying to talk about, oh, that's 1440p. Yes, because it's better than what you thought you was gonna get. See, everybody thinks native is better. No, it doesn't make any sense. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something that T-Pain said. Shout out to T-Pain, Nappy Boy Gamer. That's my partner right there. That's my bro. So let me tell you something, right? That T-Pain said, right? That T-Pain used to talk about, and like a lot of other rappers and music artists, they'll buy a car and they just pay cash for it because they balling, they got the money, they just pay cash for it, buy everything, whatever, right? And then he realized that it's actually not wise to buy a car. Like, if you lease it and take the investment from your money and you do it this way, do it this day, you can always upgrade without ever fully paying for something, and then you're building your credit on top of that. And just like, there's so many other ways to do stuff. So ignorantly, we think about balling, spending, doing all this other stuff just because we got it, not realizing that there's a better way to do it. Keep the money that you got and make your money make you money more with the same thing. So that's what DLSS has done. It opened the opportunity for everybody to be able to have similar experiences, even if you can't natively afford what a RTX 2080 Ti chip is. You can't afford it, fine. You don't need it. Get something less and still enjoy the same type of experience, and that's groundbreaking, right
there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that is definitely a game changer. Now, it's funny because when I was listening to your live stream, Hip Hop, I know you mentioned that this DLSS is going to be like a standard, and how Sony with the PS5 is going to benefit more from the DLSS. And that is insane because, you know, right now with the console war, which is pretty much dead right now, you know, everything was based around T-flops. And that's just a small portion of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a small portion of how the games are going to play and look and everything like that. So people was already running with that narrative that, oh, wait a minute, you know, it's all about T-flop. And now we realize more and more, and developers start coming out and say, hey, man, look, that whole T-flop thing that everybody is bragging and talking about, yeah, that just kill all that noise, because that's part of this small portion of it. And so with this whole DLSS, being that they're saying that the PS5 is weak, and a lot of other developers come out, like we had a developer, I covered it on the show, Dynamic Voltage Games, they're going to come out and say, well, the PS5 is not powerful enough to do what they want to do. And it's really just a side-scrolling game, you know, that really, to me personally, because I've done a little bit of game development, you know, at one point in time, went to college and everything. So I kind of understand the basics of it. And I'm like, wait, this is not something that CPU or GPU intends to where, you know, this is going to take a lot of resources and everything. It's just a dolphin just going side to side, you know, just swimming along. And I'm like, okay, so it can't do 120 FPS. So with the DLSS, this is really a game changer. This is what we really, really want, because for those people that are saying the PS5 is weak, we'll see about that now with this DLSS. Because like Hip Hop said, it's not about having everything natively, you know what I'm saying, from the console, because 4K is expensive. The 4K technology within itself is expensive. So if you have something that can make that job a lot more easier, where it could take a 1440p native resolution and actually put that 1440p resolution into 4K and make it actually looks better than 4K. Are you freaking kidding me? Do you understand how much of a game changer that is going to be for PlayStation 5 games? I mean, and this is why I was telling everybody, which we're going to get into that topic afterwards, but this is why I was telling everybody, like, look at what Microsoft showed you. Look at what Sony showed you. And look at the pre-alpha footage that Sony showed, and it looks insane. Look at Horizon Forbidden West, on how that game looked. You know what I'm saying? And majority of everything that was shown, a lot of people thought it was CGI. Bro, that's not all CGI. A lot of that stuff is like how the game is going to freaking look. So that's insane just to even think that. So can you imagine with this DLSS and with Kojima Production, shots to Hip Hop for making that happen? Imagine what they're going to be able to do with that freaking technology. So this whole raw power and all of this stuff that everybody has been running with, and all this and all that, you know, come on, man, just chill, because Sony is behind the scenes making things happen. We know that Sony believes in generations. That's something that we were told. It's like since we were kids when it comes to Sony, they already showed us that footprint. And that's what I keep telling everybody. Everybody's like, oh no, you hate Xbox. No, chill. Look, it's a love and hate relationship between me and Xbox. I want Xbox to do better. You see what I'm saying? I'm not fixing to sit here because I'm getting review copies and they're flying me out here and there. I'm gonna lie. If something does not look right, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say, hey man, this don't look right. You see what I'm saying? Because what affects one affects all, and we're spending our money here. So we expect quality. You see what I'm saying? We expect better experiences. What's the whole point of you navigating over to a new generation if you're going to get lackluster performance and lackluster games? You see what I'm saying? What's the point? So I just literally feel, man, that this whole DLSS, not just for the PS5 side of things, but also for Xbox, this is definitely going to be a huge game changer. And it definitely is going to come down to the developers and how they're going to integrate this into their games and really kind of give us the experience that we really, really want when it comes to next gen. Another thing that I wanted to shed on this is that people's been running with this other narrative that, well, why is everything 4K 30? And bro, I'm okay with 4K 30.
But it's not.
okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with 4K. Look, as long as everything runs smooth, right? And there's no hiccups, there's no frames dropping or anything like that, I am okay with that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, well, it's 4K 30. Look, man, it's gonna be 4K 30 with ray tracing with an option for performance, right? Where you want 4K 60 or what have you. There's always different options that developers can give you. But here's the thing. I understand that this last generation with 1X and PS4 Pro, yes, it was checkerboard except for the 1X, right? Because that was like native 4K. But I think people have high expectations for next generation. And so once again, with this DLSS, that's a true game changer. Because if you look at Death Stranding, man, look at Death Stranding with that technology, it doubles the frame rate and the resolution looks insane. Things that were looking kind of dull and not sharp, you can see the letters more. Everything just is much more crisp. Everything is just much more vibrant. And this is the type of technology that a lot of people is sleeping on, because like hip hop said, when it first got introduced, it looked like somebody just grabbed Vaseline and rub it over your eye. You can't even see it, look all blurry and everything, you know? And that's just, it's just with the whole Quixel thing that you talked about, hip hop. Could you shed some light on the Quixel? Because people don't even know what Quixel is.
Yeah. So I got a few things to say on top of what you said. Then I'll add more clarity for the audience, right? So the first thing is this.
Yeah.
Everything that you saw at the PlayStation 5 Showcase, when it said all footage captured on PS5, everything, and I got more confirmation on it. On top of that.
Oh my God.
Everything was real time. What you saw of Horizon 2 was real.
Wow.
All of it.
Wow.
When you see the big turtle come out the water and all that, all of it.
So that's gameplay. That's literally gameplay.
Yeah, you can see the.
Listen, hold on.
If you go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm on a roll. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Keep going, hip hop. Keep going.
I'm gonna tell you two things. I mentioned this on my boy Bit Cloud show, right?
Yes.
So there's two parts in particular that I want you to look at again in the trailer. So, well, actually three parts, right? So let's say you're playing Ghost of Tsushima, right? And you riding on a horse. You know you can pan the camera around, so you're riding even though you're looking at it from the side. But you can still, but it's still you controlling the game. And just like when you saw the Unreal Engine 5 demo, how you was walking, and then they just stopped it, and then was able to zoom in the textures and show you what's going on, and then you just started the game again because it's all in real time. That was that. Just presented to you that way. And then on top of that, the part where you see her towards the end of the trailer and she pulled that bow and arrow out, and stuff like that. Right after that, it goes right in. Like just like when you see Spider-Man in the beginning and he's flying and stuff like that, and then it goes right into you having to push R2 so you can swing and like same type of thing just goes right into the game. So So I just want to let you know, I know this. I know officially. So everything you saw is what the game actually looked like. Now, will it look better? 9 times out of 10, yeah. And I don't even know how they're gonna do that, but yeah, like it's crazy. So I just wanted to clarify that everything you saw is in real time captured on PS5. When you went into the water and the way all that stuff, you start swimming right from there. And then, please,
please listen, keep preaching.
Listen. Get hype, Saki. I don't know why people got so many questions and worried about. Get hype, man. This is what we live for. So the second thing I wanted to bring to your attention with the whole 4K 30 thing. Listen. Let me just shut this down because I think this is like a high school moment where everybody wants to be cool. So it's like if you 4K 30, you're not cool, and if you say that's okay, you're gonna be looked at funny. It's like when I use cheat codes in games. You're like, oh, you ain't a real game. You use cheat codes. Are you bugging? Before you was born, I was using Game Genie or Genesis. You crazy? Get out of here, y'all. I play the way I want to play. I do what I want to do. That's why I'm me. Now, anyway, let me break it down to you, right? 4K 30. If you look at The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, all these great games, when you play them, Are you caring about 30, or are you like, yo, this game is fire? At the end of the day, it's all about as long as it's smooth, as long as it's responsive, and the frame rate ain't dropping. That's all that matters. That's one. And two, on top of that, one of the things that you talked about, in terms of the native resolution and everything like that. Listen, let me explain something to y'all about what Mark Cerny said, and even what Jason Ronald had mentioned with the velocity architecture when it comes to the geometry engine and rendering and stuff like that. So there's a demo out right now that Xbox showed where instead of having enemy on screen fully modeled, fully rendered and stuff like that, if you can't see them, it ain't rendered. But the moment you see them, then it gets rendered. So you have to understand that the way technology is done with the PlayStation and the Xbox, they know how to move things around so that everything that needs to be used can be used. So you can get that sustained performance that they're marketing. Listen, bro, y'all gotta pay attention, man, to what's going on and what's actually being said, or do research on the technologies, because this is groundbreaking stuff. It's over. Now, the issue that you see with certain games running at 30, or that developer that said that PlayStation 5 isn't powerful enough to do the 120 or whatever that developer had told you, Marlon, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right, that's all bull. And you can watch my man Cherno, his channel, the Game Engine Creator. You could check him out too. But let me explain something to y'all. Gran Turismo is 120 frames per second. But the reason why it is because everything is about the game engine that you building the game on. So if you have a game engine, but the game engine that you got, let's say the coding isn't right, let's say certain things isn't right, then it's not going to be able to take advantage of what the hardware can actually do. Now, case in point, look at Xbox Series X and then look at Xbox One on One X. It's different systems, different architectures, and everything. So trying to scale something like that, you're going to have more problems than not, because you got two different complete architectures with one engine trying to appease everybody. You can't appease everybody. Everybody can't go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can't go. So the thing is, you're doing more harm than good. With all the power is useless if you're not going to use it right. That's why Sony has always been able to punch above their weight. That's why Spider-Man and God of War, these games look better than a system that on paper, specs-wise, is supposed to be more powerful. The One X is supposed to be more powerful than PS4 Pro if you're looking at specs on paper. But the results is the opposite. Why? Because of game engine, because of customized technology, and also the operating system. That's another thing too. Why do you think the operating system has been completely overhauled 100% on the PlayStation 5? Because the operating system is a part of how the games is going to run. That's on PlayStation. Whereas Xbox, they kept the same operating system.
Yes, sir.
That's why.
That's true.
Speak on that, man. You preaching, bro.
Hold up. Let me tell you something right now, bro. If I'm running Windows 10, right, like pretty much everybody else, right? If I put Windows NT from 2003 on my current PC right now, and I try to play these games and do certain things, certain functionalities, and I try to stream, my whole computer gonna break, bro, because the operating system is not designed to handle everything else that has been designed a certain way for the Windows 10 to take advantage of. You understand what I'm saying? So if the operating system ain't right, then everything is gonna fall apart. Come on, B. You got Sony thought about everything. Remember, you have a game developer designing a game machine. Jason Ronald, he's a great engineer, but he's not a game developer like how Mark Cerny is. It's a difference. So he's looking at things and thinking about things and how can we be cost effective so we're fair to the audience, yet do things that we couldn't do before, and make it easy and seamless in transition, so that aside from what we say, but in practice, what we say actually comes to fruition. Like that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, B.
Wow.
Somebody
got a question for you. Samson with the $5. He said that in the trailer, where she goes through all that plant in the water. She goes through the plant. So I guess, is that real time? He's asking if that's all real time, because I'm showing it on the podcast right now.
Yeah, everything is real time. That this whole trailer that y'all see right now is real time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna help you out with something. I'm gonna help you out with something. Oh, that scene right there where you saw far out into the desert.
Yeah.
You see how if you look at that same thing in 4K, Unreal Engine. Tim Sweeney talked about this because they could just drop images from ZBrush into the system. They don't. They no longer have to make LODs. So, like for example, if you look at games and how they're made now, to answer your question, like if you look at The Last of Us, right? If there's a situation where certain characters is far into the distance, you have to create a low poly character to fit that part, and then you got to create a mid-tier detail character for certain parts. Then you create your high level asset that you're going to use to control, and then you got to create your cinematic asset that's still in game, but it's your cinematic asset. So when it captures certain camera angles for story, so you have to create all of that with the technology now. All you have to do is get the main asset and drop it in, and it scales accordingly. That's why now when you look at that Horizon scene, if you look all the way into the distance, that joint is crystal clear, even in the distance. And then as you get closer, it looks better, but it's not a change of LOD. That's the actual natural ZBrush model that's fully uncompressed.
Wow.
So yeah, and then when it comes to Quixel, reason why Unreal Engine brought Quixel in there is because Quixel can take movie assets and drop it in any type of engine and stuff like that. Any type. Well, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Quixel, the technology, because they got acquired by Unreal Engine. Within Unreal Engine, Quixel, they can take these mega scans and they could put it in the engine or like whatever game is being made using Unreal Engine without no loss of quality. It doesn't cost as much. So the thing is, if you look at there's a video called Photorealism by Quixel or something like that, and they show you this trailer, you're not gonna believe it. And then they show you the same thing that they did in real time. So I'm telling y'all, like,
it's crazy, man.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. I'm very excited. I hope that answers your question. But yes, it is all in real time. When you see the fish and the crabs and all of that stuff, like all that stuff. Matter of fact, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out right now. When you saw Ratchet and Clank and that little quick load time where things had popped up, that little quick second with certain things that popped in to let you know that this is running in real time, but it's still work in progress. If you look at the little pebbles, by the fish and the crabs, when they show that scene in Horizon, you see some of the pebbles pop in and pop out. It's real time, bro. I'm telling you, I know.
Oh my God, have mercy. This is insane.
Unbelievable.
We got another big question for you. This is coming from New Age Outlaw 716 with the $2. Appreciate you. He says, will the DLSS work for, now this is very critical, PS1 to PS3 games via disc? Hip hop, this is a big one for you.
Question. So here's what I would say on that, because I don't want to say nothing that's wrong. So here's what I would say. There's a process called the SRGAN process. And it's a super resolution, and it's something that's already being used for old games right now that just people are doing in the PC community. So that particular technology is in the PlayStation as well. So I can't say that DLSS, that type of technology, is being used for those things, but I do know that the technology that I spoke about in the beginning of the year, dealing with the SRGAN process, that's what I was referring to. Now, what I will say is the fact that patent came out and the whole checkerboarding thing, and that's been reconstructed to be a lot better for the PS5. I will not be surprised if that is also something that is used and utilized to make PS1, 2, and 3 games look better as well. So I'm not ruling it out, but what I'm saying is the first time I spoke about this, I wasn't relating that to that. I was relating that to something else. But seeing that this, came out and stuff like that, I would not be surprised if this was also utilized too. And here's why I say that. So I had a meeting, obviously pre-COVID-19, but I had a meeting with NVIDIA, right? And they showed me old games and how ray tracing helps them. But then they also showed me old games and how this type of technology can help them. So can it be done? Yes, because I've seen it. But is that the way Sony is going to utilize it? That's what I don't know yet. But can it be done? Yes. And in terms of the disc, that's just grabbing information on the disc, so you could go through the barrier of authenticity. So they know that it's a PS1 or PS2 or PS3 thing that's being utilized and stuff like that. That's what that is for. Saying that you'll learn more about that with the CPU ID patents that they got out there. It's just a way to identify what something is to tell the system what's needed. That's why they talk about like certain CU get turned off. So like for example, when you see PS5 compatible on like games like Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, that means that those games can properly handle the PS5 mode, the native mode that PS5 runs in. But if it can't handle that as of yet, then certain CUs will be turned off so the system itself can mimic what a regular PS4 Pro or PS4 is that we have right now in our houses. So it's the same thing. That's how they do backwards compatibility. They turn certain things off and make certain adjustments so if you use something on PS1, 2, or 3, it could go through the authentication process. And then once it goes through that process, now you can play the game in its normal form or in its boost. That's what that is.
That's what that is. We got another super chat from Zave. Says that will Sony's PS5 Ready TV be utilized this new technology better than the other TVs? I'm guessing what he's saying, like, will
the answer to that
yeah.
Yeah. And that's why they're making those TVs specifically. The AI, and hip hop has spoken on this about the AI that's already in a lot of Sony's TVs.
Yep.
Those are all building blocks for what you're going to get with these newer TVs. Now, you better get ready to crack your wallet because TVs will be expensive. But it's going to have everything ready to go. You're not have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff or order a bunch of stuff. It will just be ready to go day one. And again, you're paying for the convenience. That's what you're paying for. So,
most definitely.
The answer to your question is
And then the Bravia, y'all saw those Bravias, right? That they the two Bravias that Sony mentioned. Yeah, those are they're not gonna be cheap. Those are what, 4K 120 FPS ready?
Yeah. So but here's what I would say, just to give y'all more information when it comes to these TVs. So now I haven't so you have the Z98, I believe, and then you have the the X900H. So the X900H is like $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot cheaper than what
more budget friendly.
You know what I'm saying? but it's still 4K 120. All right, it has HDMI 2.1. The only thing is, me personally, I'm a big fan of the soap opera effect. I love the soap opera effect. Motion is everything to me. I don't care what type of TV it is. You can have all the frame rate, whatever. I don't care. If the motion ain't right, I don't rock with TVs that don't got good motion. Period. So here's what I want to tell y'all, so I can be very clear. The Sony X900H, right? They have to my knowledge, they're not using the X1 Extreme chip. They're using a chip that was of last generation with the Sony TVs. So that's the stuff that they don't tell you. That's one. Two. Now, not to say that that's a bad thing, but the TV that I got right now is from 2017. And my TV has smoked a lot of the TVs out right now. Because the motion in this TV, clarity, everything looks amazing. So a lot of what they do in the TV market they'll take away certain things and then put other things there, or then they'll come out with a firmware update that'll take away something even after you brought it. So it's like a lot of things that they do to upsell you on the brand name as opposed to giving you a great product. So you got to be real careful when it comes to even these ready for PS5 TVs. What I can say is that the 900H, it seems that TV out of the two that they announced would be the best one to go with from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. But if you can't afford a new TV and you're looking to get something dope, I got right now the X900E, incredible. Same. Or the Hisense H9G. And that right there is like $650. And that joint is incredible. Yep.
Wow.
But don't get all hyped by the brand names, yo. I'm telling you.
Never that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Quality is everything.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you actually shed some light on the DLSS, man, because a lot of people was kind of lost. A lot of people was like, what does that mean? And how is that going to help?
Podcast on it, and people
people was like clueless. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
again,
about this technology and Quixel and all of that.
Well, have them just look at the last Cyberpunk video that they just did. The one everybody was just, they had a little bit of the gameplay in there. That was running at 1080p at 30 frames per second, but it had that technology on it, and it looked clean.
Yeah.
It looked crystal clean. So if you all want to see it running in real time, now granted it's 30, and the reason why it's 30 is because they want you to look at the cinematic things.
Yes.
I mean, I know a lot of people got upset that Sony ran their conference at 1080p 30, but they want you to do for the cinematics. Even the people who were doing the game, the medium, said it's 30, but it's for the cinematics. They want you to enjoy that. So don't get caught up on that. I mean, the Avengers game that's coming out is going to be 60 on PS5. Insomniac announced about Spider-Man. Hip Hop touched on that. That's going to have a 60 mode. Destiny, if you play that, it's going to be 60. Gran Turismo 60. Yes. Demon's Souls, I think we'll have it.
Yeah, that's 60 too. But yo, I want to also make something clear because you really have to understand the power of DLSS. So Control has ray tracing, right? And ray tracing costs a lot, right? Yo, even with ray tracing on, still get 4K. You can still get quality better than 4K rendered at 1440p. Ray tracing on, with ray tracing on.
Oh,
bro,
my God.
Yo, I don't care what nobody says, son. This next generation coming up right now,
it's a huge leap. It's
ridiculous,
the biggest leap.
Leap, period. Yo, get hyped, son. Get hyped, because this joy is unbelievable. Yo, if you ever watch Friday, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you ever watch Friday, you know what I mean? And when what's the name? Debo,
Chris Rock.
When Debo come around and what's the name? Was like, I'm just tuck mine in. You know, with the chain.
Oh, what's like that? Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? He said, I'm gonna just tuck mine in. And he's like, what you got in my 40, homie? And he took his chain. He's like, my grandma will give you that chain. Let me tell you something right now, son. DLSS is Debo. DLSS is Debo. DLSS, that technology, the ID buffer in PlayStation 5, all that right now is Debo to what we used to know in the gaming industry when it comes to technology. It's over. All this, they even prove my point, right? Everybody that seen that Unreal Engine joint, the jaw was on the floor.
God,
they didn't even,
man, that joint.
1440p. Hold up, they didn't even know it was 1440p. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they were getting mad though. They were getting mad. Like, it's not 4K.
No, but hold up. The reason why they getting mad because they don't know no better. So you can't really fault them for being ignorant to something that they didn't know because they used to what they hear. Think about it. If somebody just comes up to you and be like, "Yo, what you want? 4K or 1440p?" Like 4K. What's wrong with you? Because you don't know no better, so you're gonna say 4K. But if I tell you, "Yo, check this out, right? I'm gonna hook you up with the 1440. I'm gonna put DLSS on it." I'm like, what's that? Let me show you. They're like, yo, that looks better than what I had. Yeah, and it still costs the same. It's still Even better. Let's say you come at me like, yo, I got this 4K TV, it's amazing, do all this other stuff. It costs $5,000, right?
Yes.
And you like, oh, word, 5,000? All right, cool, bet. I'm getting 4K. If somebody come up to you and be like, yo, I got a 1440p for 1,000, I gotta go with the 4K. So I need that 4K experience. So you're gonna spend the 5,000, right? Okay. So if I be like, yo, I got DLSS though with that 1440, $4,000. What's that? All right, let me show you. And you show it to them. They like, yo, this look better than what I was about to drop 5 racks on this joint. And this 1,000 look better than that with the DLSS. What? You know what? That's what I'm talking about. That's the game changer right there.
And another thing, hip hop, you brought up, and people follow you. I like how you put how Sony's always been able to punch above their weight with their games. And it's literally because the technology and the talent of those devs, but the technology, the way that those components are talking to each other, especially in the PS5, do not underestimate the smart shift technology.
Yes.
It's going to help offset the CPU and GPU so that you always have a nice, smooth flow of gaming. Yeah, that Unreal Engine, I showed that to my brother who he thought it was a movie. He thought it was like part of like some type of Pixar movie. And I'm like, no, this is an actual video game. And again, he's a firefighter, so he's a trained observer. He couldn't believe what he was watching. But just Sony's ability to punch above its weight. With the Pro. I mean, I've not seen a game, and I had the Xbox X, but I got rid of it when I saw that game with the dolphin. Even though that dolphin had ray tracing on it,
crazy, bro.
Yeah, I just can't do it. But when I saw, I haven't seen a game that looks better than Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. That's one of the best looking games I've seen, and that's 1440p. What you're missing though on the Unreal thing is that had 8K textures in it. The 8K textures running 60 frames. The developer, Epic, just came out about 3 weeks ago and said, "Oh yeah, we can run that at 60." It's just, and Marlon, I think you touched upon it too. It was just skimming the surface of what the PS5 could do. So imagine that at 60 frames a second.
Yeah. Here's the other thing that Epic actually said, and this blew me away because everybody was coming at me, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, PS5 is weak. PS5 is weak, dog. I told you. I mean, that footage that you saw, that wasn't even native 4K. It was 1080p. It was 1080p, and all this. I'm like, bro. Y'all missing the point. Don't you think if they want to show it at native 4K, they would have done that? Like, I just don't freaking get it. And then here's the other thing with the fact that they broke it down and they said, hey, look, that demo you saw was scratching the surface. It's like having Fortnite on a console, because Fortnite don't really do that much hardware intensive tasks on a system. So they're like, hey, this is just like having Fortnite on PS4 or on Xbox or on, why you think the iPad? Look at the iPad. If the iPad can play Fortnite at 120 FPS on a freaking tablet, come on now. What does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? And they're still, that's why the Series X. I'm like, bro, all you guys going back to is the T-flop numbers. All you guys going back to is how many CUs versus what the PS5 got. I'm like, bro, none of that is going to matter in real world performance. When these developers sit down and they're like sitting here coding and developing, yes, all of that stuff, they need to have all of that there. You know what I'm saying? If they need it, they can use it. But at the same time, you're not going to see any of that stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? That until like close to the end of the life cycle of the system, then you will start really seeing those games that can show you what the system can do. You're not going to see that out the freaking gate. Oh, well, the PS5, this and that. I'm like, okay. And then when Epic came out, them same guys, they wasn't talking no more. When Sony came out and said what they said about the PS5, they stopped talking. You see what I'm saying?
The demo changed everything. As far as the fanboy narrative, when that happened, everything stopped and it became about the SSD and how the information is going to be shared. And they're still trying to figure out with the velocity architecture. How
Oh
I mean, again,
God.
that's fine, but it's not
Yeah.
as fast as the PlayStation. That's all I
Yeah.
keep telling people. So it doesn't matter. It's 2.4 gigabytes per second on velocity. It's 5.5 on the PlayStation. So it's
Yeah.
going to do. It can. And again, it's not. PlayStation did a lot more as far as their solution was to stream more information
Yes.
and faster. Microsoft went with more compute units and
Yes.
more teraflops to try to solve the exact same problem. They both will work. So I don't know why people are upset. Yeah, the best looking game demo this year has been the Epic game demo. Nothing else has come close. I mean, and I love what I saw with Horizon Zero Dawn
my God.
and Spider-Man, but I'm sorry that nothing compares to what I just saw. The way they were streaming assets in, the sound, that's not happy yet. And Sony may do something. I know you guys are going to touch on the possible state of play. So yeah, I'd like to hear Hip Hop. He's got any breaking news on that and what he thinks could be there too. So I'll shut up and listen to this man. I love the knowledge he's dropping.
Of course.
Yo, man. Love you back, man. Thank you so much.
No problem.
let's get these super chats out the way real quick. God of Games with a $100 says, I think this is for Hip Hop. Will FreeSync work in my TV? It's funny you talking about FreeSync. In my TV with the PS5 using AMD. Hip Hop.
I believe so because one is AMD. Two, to be honest with you, it depends. And the only reason why I say that is because you can have FreeSync in your TV, but will it work as good as it's supposed to be marketed to work?
Yeah,
that's the thing. I'm just trying to be as real and transparent for y'all as possible because there's I have a partnership with B&H Photos store, right? So I need a TV, or if I need to test something out, I can do that. And there's been a lot of TVs that I tested out that said one thing, but in practice, it was not hitting. Not hitting. So just because it says it got FreeSync, it can work, but it doesn't mean it's going to work the way it's marketed. So what I would say is the best case scenario is to focus more so on how good the motion flow is on that TV. Because if the motion flow is great and the de-jutter is great, then you're going to get a smooth experience with or without FreeSync. So I think that should be what's on your mind a bit more. FreeSync is dope. I'm not saying that it's not. But what I am saying is I know that a lot of times these technologies don't work well on console, but they work great on your PC. So if you hook your PC up to that TV and use FreeSync, it may have a better performance. You know what I mean? Because the way certain things is tuned. It's very weird, but that's how technical you have to think about it because you're spending your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the realest thing I could say. If they got FreeSync, that's great, but I think motion and the processing power is more important to focus on because with or without FreeSync, if the motion is right, you're going to get a smooth experience anyway.
Yeah, facts. Thank you so much for that, Hip Hop. And we have another $5 PS5 comment here. It says PS5 geometry engine is RDNA 3. Please shed some light on that one because
so let me tell y'all this. So you did, right? When Mark Cerny was talking about if there's a part, if their collaboration with AMD with certain things that they wanted to create, it's a success, you will see that at the end of the year, possibly going into next year, where there's a part that PC users will be able to use to help better their technology with what Sony created. So when you see it, you'll know that it's not a part that Sony used to put in their machine. It's something that Sony created alongside AMD so that it could work for people that want to build their PCs so things can be streamlined. Here's what I can say. I spoke about this before, and before I was like, no, ain't no RDNA 3 stuff happening. From what I hear, that's not what's going on. A month and a half ago, I was privy to some interesting information. And what I can say is
exclusive.
Like what can I say is like, so you remember when that article came out when they was like, you can't really call it RDNA 1, RDNA 2, RDNA 3 because it's so customized and stuff like that. So let's just say that the whole term RDNA 3, I wouldn't say that. I would say that there's something that AMD has shown that people that's coming later around the time RDNA 3 is dropping, that when you see it and they talk about it, and then you will hear Mark Cerny talk about certain things, maybe he might even reveal it in his teardown. Yeah, like there's other stuff that's related to that, but it will be unfair to call it RDNA 3 because it's so customized to what Sony created alongside them. But the industry, for better terminology, they will just go along and say it's RDNA 3 because you're not going to find this in RDNA 2. That's what I would say. I think that's the best way I can like say that. Like, and we're gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, facts. I mean, that's the best way, because what I heard was, you know, the PS5 has something special when it comes to the RDNA technology that's baked into the system. Yeah, it's a custom RDNA 2, but it's better than what's in the Series X, because that's the article that I read. I think it was WCC Tech. Yeah. And they said that it's a custom RDNA 2 over the standard RDNA 2 technology that's in the Series X.
It's all right. So what it is the level of customization that Sony was able to achieve. There's things that they did that AMD was like, yo, we should definitely use this in our next thing because what y'all created was so good, and it's going to help the people pretty well with the games. And one of the things that it deals with is the IO throughput. Like that when Tim Sweeney was talking about the memory architecture, in the PlayStation House world class and it's better than high-end PC, stuff like that. What they did with their memory architecture ties into this whole debate about whether RDNA 3 is actually in PlayStation 5. But it's not so much about RDNA 3 being in it. It's more so about what did Sony create that's worthy enough to be in the RDNA 3 package. Yeah. That's the way you have to look at it.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing.
So something that Sony did is what gives the credibility to call something RDNA 3 because of how next level what they created is, not just for consoles but for.
Wow, that's amazing, because another thing I heard was because of the RDNA technology that's in the PS5, they're saying that when the PS5 comes out, it's going to be the only device with RDNA 3 features before AMD actually comes out with those RDNA technology big Navi cards. And I was like, wait, what? That is crazy.
Well, here's something else I'll say, because like Xbox created a lot of custom things too. But see, the thing is, the difference between what Xbox is doing and what Sony is doing is that PlayStation, they wanted to make sure that every single thing they did was something that the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, like nothing couldn't be done. Period. So the operating system, like I said earlier, the memory architecture and the way that it's done. I'll make it real easy, because Microsoft told y'all this without telling y'all this. So when Microsoft came out with their Velocity engine trailer, it said that it's 40% faster and better than the Xbox One X. Right? Now, the Sony came out and said it's 100 times faster.
Wow.
Than what PlayStation is doing. So just from the marketing alone, tell that Sony eliminated everything that would stop you from having a clear communication with CPU, GPU, and I/O throughput from what happens from hardware to screen. Whereas Microsoft, not so much. Why? Is because one, they staying with the same operating system. That wasn't look, I'm not engineer like how they are. I'm not trying to pretend to be. I do a lot of research though. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a journalist. I do a lot of research and I understand things because I go that deep in my research.
Yeah.
What I can tell you, like the fact that Xbox decided not to change their operating system or at least give it 100% overhaul, that's going to be an issue. Because if you look at the quick resume on Xbox Series X and how you go from game to game and stuff like that, there's still quite a bit of loading even with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as much, but it's still quite a bit of like last generation, like, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't change everything top to bottom, then you still gonna be left with old problems on a new device.
That is true.
And that right there is one of the biggest differences between PlayStation and Xbox. Because PlayStation said we doing everything different, everything new, everything that we learned from before, we're gonna make it better, and that's it. Whereas Xbox is like, yo, we gonna take a lot of new technology, put it in this new box, but we're not gonna go for a complete overhaul. We're just gonna make some things better, and that's fine. That's it. Yeah. So to prove my point, if there's an article, if you type in PS4 Pro checkerboard Digital Foundry or something like that in Google, there's an article that should pop up on Eurogamer, and I think it's October 24th, 2016 or something like that. And they literally said this. They said that Sony is more interested in a full brand new generation, whereas Microsoft Xbox is more interested in a Steam-like progression where you can just make more machines and every game would just work up and down, just like how you have on Steam with a PC. So, and that came to fruition. That came to fruition. The only problem is with that on Microsoft's side is that because they're so focused on Game Pass, they feel like that's where the value is at, Game Pass. Yeah. But if the value is in software and not as much as in hardware collectively, there's going to be a disconnect. And see, you don't have to, like, Microsoft don't have to worry about Xbox fans because they're already there. You have to worry about the people that's not there.
Exactly.
And their design on how they went about this generation. Yeah, I don't think they thought about the people that love Sony so much that won't go to Xbox, or people that love 360 if they went to PS4 because they didn't like what Xbox One did. So my thing is, I don't think Microsoft thought about. I think they just catering to who they already had instead of figuring out how can I get the people that I lost. Or get the people that's not on our team right now. And I think that's where they where the miscommunication had in the process of development of their system.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts, all facts. A big stout with the 5 says T-flop don't mean anything. It's about how the system works together, and the DLSS is huge, but the Xbox fans are in a state of denial. And so is Microsoft. Facts, man. Facts. I agree with that.
Yeah, you gotta let them be in a state of denial.
Yo, I'm putting this in the chat right now. I just put the article in the chat, y'all. So
go check it out.
Read through that. Now listen, based on everything I've been talking about today, read that article. Pay attention to what Kojima said on my interview and everything I've been saying since day one. Period. And you start to connect all the dots. Trust me, I do this.
Yeah, a good example. Big Stout with the 5 again. He said a good example. You can have the fastest car, but if it can't handle the road and turns, it's pointless. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I've been. That's the narrative that I've been pushing here, is that all these guys talking about all this power stuff, power, and that's the stuff that Microsoft been pushing. And they're saying that we got the world's most powerful box, but at the same time, you're not showing software that is going to connect with that hardcore fan base to really equate to them that, okay, we need to shell out $500 and buy this Series X because, wow, you know, this and this Hellblade 2, for instance, you know, you're showing me this game, you're showing actual gameplay and it looks amazing compared to what the competition is giving me. Yeah, you're giving me a reason to buy the Series X. You're giving me a reason to buy into your ecosystem. And so, which we're gonna get off into that whole Xbox showcase point of view, but to kind of bleed over into the next topic that we have here is that August state of play. Man, shouts to Jeff Grubb, that's the homie right there. And the Grubbs that, you know what I mean? we had him on the show with a little one-on-one to kind of spill some beans on his thoughts on the industry and, you know, with the PS5 and the Series X and everything like that. So we had a lot of vital information. So if you guys haven't seen it, check it out on the channel. But he did, and also Roberto as well. Shouts to Roberto. He's been supporting the show like crazy. And he put out a tweet not that long ago saying that August 6th would be the time frame for the next state of play. And I know there's a lot that's riding on this state of play because we know that Jim Ryan came out and he said, hey, look, we haven't shown everything yet. We still have first party and third party games. Of course, we could debate on what they're going to be showing as far as the games are concerned. But there were talks of if we're going to be getting the teardown, if we're going to see what the UI, because we had some information out on Twitter. I think it came out from Tidux. Shout out to Tidux. And he said that basically right now developers have the dev kit, the retail version, because it's like set up in a different mode apparently. So the retail mode. So he's saying that Sony is getting ready to show the UI really, really soon before it gets leaked out and everything, because Sony is trying their very best not to get anything leaked out about the PS5. That's why they hurry up and showed you the DualSense when they did, because they were trying to avoid, you know, leaks and everything. And so now leads me over to Jeff Grubb. Now he did put out something and everybody just eat it up. You know how these journalists are and these different outlets are. And so he said between the 5th, which is like early August, to like mid-August, which is the 11th. So in between that time frame. And on the show, I think was it yesterday, I was talking to everyone and I say, man, you know what? I'm just eat, sleep, and breathe video games and do this show every day, that my dreams are about PS5 and these developers. And I said I had a dream that the date for the state of play was going to be August 17th. And so I woke up and I was like, Google, when is August 17th? And it was a Monday. So I was like, maybe that could be the date. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's when I found out about the whole Jeff Grubb situation. So hip hop, my man, my brother, what do you have to say about this? And I need you to kind of go. I don't want you to overstep and say something that, you know, that you're not able to say, but as far as what you can give us, man, like a full teardown on this state of play, because I'm telling you right now, Sony is in no position right now to rush out and do something, because after that Xbox showcase, yeah, they don't have to go as hard. And I feel like if Microsoft really came out and gave us a juggernaut showcase, then I'll be like, Jim Ryan's probably sitting back like, you know what? I was actually holding off on showing Spider-Man 2. Let's show that. You know, we're actually holding off on showing a teaser for God of War. Now let's show that. You know what I'm saying? So Sony's always going to try to come 10 times harder, because we know Jim Ryan, he's a fierce competitor. And that statement hits home for me when he said, I'm going to let the games do the talking. So hip hop, please let your voice do the talking right now. We want to hear that.
Yo, I appreciate y'all so much, man. So first thing I wanted to say is, before everybody started talking about August, I think I was on here. Yeah. Bro. I think you had me on here and you was asking me something and I kept saying August.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go. Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
Please,
so like,
please.
I'll tell you, I'll be sitting back and watching and I'll be like, yo, okay. All right. So here's one thing I would say. It's not gonna be like your traditional like state of play. And honestly, I'm not even sure if it will be a state of play. Like I think it might be something different. Me personally, I think it might be something different. If they call it state of play, fine. But the way it's supposed to be different. So you remember when Ghost of Tsushima, they did a state of play, but it was like all focused on Ghost of Tsushima and the gameplay. Like they really did like a deep dive with that. Like from what I know, expect a deep dive of everything. And when I mean everything, I'm talking about UI, certain games, certain announcements that's third-party timed exclusives, and potentially 2 exclusives that's like unexpected. So I did this on Big Cloud Gaming, right? So I did this on Big Cloud Gaming, right? This one thing. So I'm gonna just put this out here for you too, and when you see this, the only thing that bothers me is that it's a story that I want to break, but I may not be able to break because I don't want to mess relationships up. So I might have to, fall back and let it happen. Everybody knows about it when Sony say it. But I just want to do something just to let y'all know that when y'all see what y'all gonna see, you're gonna know that I knew. All right. So I want everybody to go. So real quick,
world premiere.
So real quick, everybody just type in resistancefallofman.com.
Oh my God, I knew it. I freaking knew it. Everybody, do that right now. Go type in resistancefallofman.com and see what pops up. Exclusive world premiere. Let me know. It's somebody said, hip hop, your mic gets low and high at times.
Oh, word? Let me see what's going on. My bad. Hold up a second. I'm trying to see what's up with my microphone. You said it get low and high at times.
Oh, I see.
You see it now?
Where does it take it to? Where does it take you to?
It took me to PS5 Play has no limit.
All right, so listen. Hold on.
Oh my God.
All right, hold up. So here's just what I want to say, because just like a teaser, but that right there is just so y'all can understand that there's certain things that's happening that's gonna shock everybody. Nobody's gonna believe it. It's gonna be the ultimate moment where people are gonna be like, "Wow, PlayStation listened to their fans for real."
Oh my
and
God.
That's I'ma leave it at that, because I have to leave it at that. But just know that August, from what I'm told, August is gonna be the thing that leads into after August. You're not gonna even care what price it is.
Oh my God.
After August, you're not gonna care about what price it is.
My heart is shaking.
You think their state of play could be a combination of game announcements and breakdown, or you think there'll be two different types of shows?
No. I think it's a combination of both from what I'm hearing. And then after this, there's gonna be something really interesting with how they utilize the PS4 for the support of PS5 once the PS5 gets more once we get closer to the date. This is very, very, very different. Like look, let me tell you something. The way Sony is operating right now, just in the industry period, I see why Michael Pachter told me what he told me in the interview about Jim Ryan. Like, he different. Jim Ryan is definitely a different type of leader. Like, he wants to win, and he wants to win convincingly. And not only does he wants to win, he wants to make sure that everything that he says, the fans can experience. And he wants to make sure. Here's something that I'll tell you this. One of the things that they want to accomplish is they want to see if they could top PlayStation 1.
Wow.
In terms of 100, they want to see if they can stop PlayStation 1. Because honestly, in terms of their goals, like their goals to make sure they deliver on experience, that's Sony quality for their audience. They definitely operate in the audience first mentality. I can definitely tell you that. Like from people that I speak with, they operate in the audience first mentality, and I love that. But for their own personal goal, like personal feather in the cap and stuff like that, they definitely want to, achieve that milestone of surpassing a PS5 in terms of the 150 mil, because then that would be like the ultimate PlayStation moment. And that's why when you hear more about, I'm gonna tell you this: go watch Astro by not only Jeff Keighley's, but watch the Jeff Keighley Astro Bot again. Watch Astro Bot the trailer, but watch it in 0.25 speed. There's a lot more that y'all not paying attention to.
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my,
Let's go.
And this is something beautiful, man. Because here's the thing: I think people have been doubting Sony ever since.
I haven't.
And I really don't understand why they're doubting Sony, bro. Y'all know what Sony is capable of. You know what I'm saying? They're samurais, man. They're freaking samurais for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not gonna rush. What does a samurai do? He's not gonna just rush out there with his sword and start attacking. He's gonna be strategic. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's funny how a lot of these Xbox guys, and shout outs to them, it's all love and everything, because they talk about me and I don't care. But here's my thing. When I put this statement out there and everybody was just running with it and saying like, okay, he's telling the truth. Last year, when Microsoft showed off the Series X on stage, right? And everybody was kind of excited, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we didn't really get that punch that we really want from a console reveal. And Phil, he even came out and he said, hey man, look, I didn't want that to happen. That's what he said. He said he wasn't ready for the Series X to be shown at the Game Awards. And he said it came from a higher up at Microsoft to make that happen on that stage. And so I was like, okay, well, I understand that, but I just didn't get that wow factor. Yes, I saw the system, I saw what it looked like, and then they showed Hellblade 2. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know. I just didn't get that same vibe as when I saw the PS5 for the first time. Like when Jim Ryan was, it was at that CES, right? In January, when Sony was talking about their TVs and all that different tech. And then when Jim Ryan came up and started talking about PS5, oh my freaking God. And when he actually showed the logo, I mean, if a logo can gravitate that much freaking hype over actually seeing what a console looked like from the other competitor, what does that tell you? That Sony is not to be doubted, bro. That Sony is not a company to play with. They're going to blow you away. You see what I'm saying? And everybody's like, oh, they need to show the PS5. They need to show what the PS5 look like. I'm like, bro, just chill. They're not ready yet because they feel like what Microsoft showed is not enough reason for them to actually come out and show their card or show their hand. You know what I'm saying? And look at it now. Microsoft had a head start showing the system. Okay, what did they do? They gave you Minecraft with ray tracing, but they couldn't show you Halo with freaking ray tracing. Their baby, their crown jewel. They couldn't show you that at its best. They end up showing you Minecraft with ray tracing and show you Gears 5. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, look, that's why I believe everything that hip hop is saying. That, look, man, not because it's my brother. I love this dude, man. Like, we go way back. And if he speaks on something, yeah, I'm going to believe it more than anybody else out here, because most of these guys, they're just looking for clout. But I believe that this August event is going to be something special. I believe that when Sony gives us this show, it's going to blow us. It's going to get us more excited for the PS5. Look, the survey came out. 84% of people said that they want to buy a PlayStation 5, right? And then the other, I think, what was it, like 30 something percent or so were saying that they might do a PC or they might get a Series X, maybe. But why is the PS5 dominating the conversation right now on the internet? Why is everybody praising the PS5, from developers, from journalists, from influencers, from content creators? Why is that? It's not because of the brand, but it's because of what the brand is freaking doing and what they're able to achieve with what they're showing. It's just freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? And so it just goes to show you once again, more and more people are excited about this product. So I'm really pumped, man. I'm excited. I just for hip hop to drop those little gems out there. Resistance, fallofman.com, boom, PS5 comes up. That alone right there just gets me even more excited because I love Resistance. I played all the Resistance game, the one on the Vita, all of them. And and in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, they got to bring back Resistance. Because was it 40 people on that multiplayer on part 3?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In part 3, no. Not out the gate. Resistance 1 on PS3, 2006. It was 40 player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So think about what they're think about what they're able to achieve. Think about what they're able to achieve with the PlayStation 5. And then with this, y'all heard about that whole multi GPU patent that, man, that's a whole nother conversation, man.
Yeah, listen, yep.
Listen, and then a lot of people saying
one thing. Yeah, one thing I'll say about that whole multi GPU patent, I still got to look at it more. But one thing that's very interesting is that it's something that works for the cloud and it works locally. So it works for the cloud and it works locally. So normally, what I believe, hearing something like that, like I said, I still got to do my research. So I'm not too like sharp on it, but the little little glance that I took at it recently, it ties into the way NVIDIA does their DLSS, but it also ties into the way that the new PS Now is going to be.
Wow.
So PS, I'm gonna just tell y'all this: PS Now is not what it was. PS Now and PSN has all been redone.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you something right now. When you see certain pictures floating around and certain leaks of stuff floating around, whatever, when the latest one about like the retail mode and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff that the developers didn't even know because they was just all they had to do was develop the game. But there's a lot of stuff that they didn't even like know or even see and stuff like that. Wow. That retail mode thing and everything is going to reveal a lot to people that was even developing the game and had dev kits. That's how stealthy this rollout is. The reason why is because Sony don't want nothing to leak. Like they really want this to be a special moment for all gamers, like all of us. Like they want this to be a special moment. And I'm telling you, that multi GPU thing, I gotta look more into it. But the PS Now is not just a PS3 cell processor from 2006 in the cloud anymore. Wow. That's not what it is anymore. I'll leave it at that.
And you know what though? I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, hip hop, because I got an email and I put this out there, and I think a lot of people made articles out of it because I would say overseas, I can't say their name, but it's an overseas analyst company. They emailed me to put up a story on my site, and they said that wait until you see what Sony is doing with PlayStation Now and backwards compatibility. It's gonna be huge. You know what I'm saying? Like people haven't seen anything yet, especially with that the digital edition. Man.
Yeah, like I told you, it don't matter what. And here's something I want to share, because I know this is something else that got overlooked, right? So I knew there was two models. of PlayStation for a while. Like I do it for a while. I couldn't say anything. But y'all know how I get with my reactions. If you look at the video of me and Red Infamy when we did the reaction video for the Sony Showcase, when we saw the console, we went crazy. But if you notice, when the second console was revealed, I turned to her and said, "Oh, see, that's what he was talking about." Like, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So the thing is, so I just wanted people to know, is like, yo, listen, this whole movement is different. Like with the way Sony is rolling this out. And one thing that I want y'all to be careful of, September 7th, when the documentary is going to come out about the PlayStation, from bedrooms to millions or something like that.
Yes.
Pay attention to that, because even that has a tie-in to how certain things is happening even to this point.
Wow. Oh my God. So much gems dropping today. Make sure y'all get y'all notepads, man. Oh my God. You know, and this, like I always tell people, pay attention to everything that Sony does, because there's always something in there. You know what I'm saying? It's always some type of information that we can all learn and learn something new about the PlayStation 5 and what they're getting ready to do. Now, this leads me to my next topic here, which is Xbox Live for free. And this was a rumor at first, and now it's a thing now, because with Halo Infinite, which we're going to talk about the whole multiplayer portion, but with Xbox Live for free, the rumor was saying that they because they pulled away that 12-month subscription for Live, right? So I think now it's just 3 month and month to month, which is a little bit more than $60 a year. And so they're saying that Xbox Live being free, they're trying to match what Sony is doing with their free to play. So Hip Hop, Craig, anybody have anything on that?
Go ahead, Craig. No, I've been talking like crazy. You talk.
No. I was going to say, if this is true, I want people to really understand just how bad of a beating Microsoft took. One of the things that people ripped Sony for last generation was their online was free. And now if you're talking about, I just want them to get rid of the paywall. That's all I can say for Microsoft. Get rid of your paywall. Everybody else is playing Fortnite and Rocket League. I don't think you need PS Now for those games. I just think you just play. That's my understanding. And Microsoft, they're behind a paywall. So even Halo being free to play, it's still behind a paywall. So and that's that just broke. That they dropped the name Xbox off of Xbox Game Pass. So they're leaving it. They're really trying to get it to Sony and to Nintendo. But I just think it's just how bad the worms turn, and Microsoft going first. I don't know if you gentlemen play chess or people in your chat play chess. Pawns go before knights and kings. So Microsoft going first didn't surprise me. They have to go first. What surprised me was the Xbox community. They were literally saying that, because Microsoft is doing this and Sony's not, it means Microsoft, it means that Sony doesn't have it. I mean, somebody just came out a few weeks ago and was saying, well, Sony hasn't released any machine learning details, not understanding that Wired already had an article from a developer at EA last year that mentioned machine learning on the PS5. So this has already been asked and answered, if you were saying court, but yeah, a lot of them, it's just like I shake my head with them as far as anything going free or something like that. They got to do stuff to get people into Game Pass. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. And so it wouldn't shock me if I wake up, Monday and they're like, "Oh, it's free." Oh, okay.
Not a big deal breaker for
you. When your goal is
not
to
surprising.
Get people in the Game Pass, so people got to understand the goal. Game Pass, get people. I mean, there's people talking, and you've seen it, Marlon. There are people talking about how many people are playing Grounded on Twitch. Who cares? Seriously, when did this happen? When did they start tracking Steam sales? I mean, when did that happen? Oh, after when you go back to the Epic gameplay demo, everything changed. Everything changed at that point. And then you got guys like Hip Hop dropping knowledge and Sony, coming out with different things. Everybody's lying. Lisa Sue's a liar. Mark Cerny's a liar. Only person telling the truth is Phil Spencer, according to them. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they've gotten to that point. I mean, I know you've said they're dragging you, and you don't care.
Yeah,
there's no such thing as bad publicity, right? Money don't make money. So,
exactly.
It's unfortunate, but as far as it being free, nothing would shock me.
Nothing groundbreaking.
Cuphead just came out. Super Lucky Tales, I think, just got a release date. Is it going to surprise you that Ori and the Blind Forest comes over either? I mean, it wouldn't shock you, So don't be shocked either. There could be some more. My understanding is there's some major announcements coming over the next 7 to 10 months with Sony and Microsoft, but have to wait and see.
Facts. Hip hop.
So what I would say is I think it's a strategy once again with the marketing. You gotta pay attention to the wording. So that. And shout out to Red Infamy because she knows marketing very, very well too. So she pays attention to these things in deep detail as well. So one thing I want to say is with the whole Xbox Live Gold potentially going free, so multiplayer is free. I think that's the marketing that they're going to utilize to supplement or mask the fact that the money is just going to go to Game Pass.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you don't need Xbox Live Gold anymore. You just need Game Pass. Not realizing instead of, I said this on Big Cloud Gaming as well, but instead of double dipping with Xbox Live Gold and you got to pay for Game Pass, whatever, I'm gonna just put everything into Game Pass Ultimate and let that be that, and that's what we're paying for. So it doesn't mean that the multiplayer is technically, free, but it means that all that stuff is rolled into a package called Game Pass. So it makes it appear. So it makes it appear it's fans, we're getting rid of the barrier of Xbox Live Gold. So now you can just do this as long as you have Game Pass.
There you go.
So now, that's what it is. That's one thing. Yeah, but secondly, if they do set it up to where you really don't need Xbox Live Gold at all to play multiplayer and all this other stuff, then that means I could just, instead of using Game Pass, I could just buy a game, Xbox, come home and play it, go online, don't gotta worry about nothing but the purchase that I just made of the game. And if that's the case, then that's real. So I think that if they go that route and make no mention of Game Pass, then wow, that's incredible, impressive. If they go that route but mention Game Pass in the same sentence as that, then it's really not like a free type of thing. They're just shifting the marketing so all eyes is on Game Pass. So it's not like they take something away for your benefit. They just understand. They just understanding that, well, dang, this is such a good deal. Let's just put everything together. And it's kind of hard to say no.
Yeah, facts. And I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, because here's the thing. And some people don't like hearing the truth, and that's something that I've been preaching on this channel from day one. And I tell people they don't like it, there's a door. There's plenty of other channels out there, especially these Xbox channels. Everything that Microsoft says, it's gold. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. Everything is perfect because they're getting the products, they're getting all these exclusive things. So they're gonna sit there and be in agreement with everything that they're doing that is wrong. Me, I'm just gonna call it out. I'm gonna say, hey man, look, man, this is just not good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why it's not good. So when Phil said a lot of stuff, right? He said that he's not really forcing people to buy the Series X because the competition is making you buy. Sony is not making, first of all, Sony is not making nobody buy the PS5. You don't care about the exclusive games, don't buy the PS5. Keep your PS4 and be happy. You see what I'm saying? The man said that he wanted the transition from PS4 to PS5 smooth, right? Hence why they're doing what they're doing. Microsoft took a different route. They took the Game Pass route. And then people took what Phil said and twisted and turned it into something different when he said that, you know, he understands that the pandemic that we are in right now is kind of hard for a lot of people to shell out $500 or $400. That's why we implemented the whole Xbox All Access, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives people the option that don't necessarily have $500 or $600 to drop on a new box to go ahead and make monthly payments on it. And so that whole cell phone like type of mentality works for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Every time a new phone comes out, every time a new hardware comes out, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put $100 down, depending on your credit. I'm going to put $100 down, and then I'm going to pay $30 every month until I'm finished with it. And so what they're doing is the marketing behind that scheme is that, yes, you'll be able to get a Series X. Yes, you'll be able to get Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years. And for that, a lot of people looking at that and say, oh, man, this is value. This is a lot of value that I'm getting here. Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years. And, you know, for the Series X, that's what, like $700 and something for the end of that 2 year. So you're spending more money, you know what I'm saying, at the end. Now, for some people that works. Now, he also said something else that kind of ticked me off. He was like, well, we care about the consumer from a financial standpoint. No, you don't. No, you don't. None of these freaking corporations care about us like on that type of level. You see, they care about your money. That's what they want. That's what they all want is our freaking money. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Sony cares a little bit more. Like they listen, like Nintendo. Nintendo listens. Nintendo have gotten so much freaking better over the years. From the Wii, from the Wii U now to the Switch, they starting to listen more. That's why the Switch is doing what it's doing right now, because they're paying attention and they're actually listening. The only thing they need to do now with the Switch is make the online a lot better and give us custom backgrounds so we can do more stuff on Switch. Other than that, the Switch is phenomenal on what it's doing. And that's because they're paying attention to what people want. Now, from an Xbox standpoint, don't sit here and push the narrative like you actually care about people well-being and what's going on with this pandemic. You're just saying that, like hip hop is saying with Red, shout out to Red, that's my sis. You know, that's from a marketing standpoint. So they want to push these different narratives to make it seem like, yeah, we really do care about the consumer. And if you care, make it free. Make the Series X free. Because one of the things that he was saying was that he don't care if people buy the Series X. He said he don't care. But you know why they don't care about you buying the Series X? Because of Game Pass. If they can get you to sign up for freaking Game Pass, they are winning. And this is another thing that I'm going to say. You guys know I don't care. I speak my mind. I'm like hip hop. I'm outspoken. There's a lot of people in the industry right now. And I don't care who's watching and listening. There's a lot of people in the industry right now that are higher ups as far as from an influential standpoint. And they have these execs that come on the show, on their shows and everything, on their podcasts and everything. And instead of speaking up and talking about the problem that everybody's been complaining about, you sitting there painting this perfect freaking picture like everything is all good. As for instance, with Halo Infinite, bro, pop in freaking textures, freaking outdated 2 generations ago freaking graphics. Come on, man. And then I had somebody from Xbox follow me and said, actually messaged me and said, hey, look, we're sorry for your inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? Because it's because of the virus. Why the game, bro, I don't want to hear that. This game has been in development for 5 freaking years. I could see if it was Hellblade 2 or Fable. Okay, those games are not ready yet. I understand that stuff could, impact game developments from here on out. We understand that. But games that's been in development 6 years, 7 years, come on, man. And then shout out to Aaron Greenberg. He actually reached out and everything. He said that, well, they had different bills, you know what I'm saying, that they could have shown, but that was the one. And I'm like, man, that was a wrong move. That was a wrong move because You showed that bill. Now everybody got that bill stuck in their head. They got that gameplay. They got that presentation stuck in their head. And that was not the best representation of the game. People was going into this Xbox showcase for what? Next generation freaking gameplay. You see what I'm saying? This was a filler for Game Pass. You see what I'm saying? Which leads me back into our topic here is that no, don't sit here and act like you 100% care about the consumer from a financial standpoint. Yes, Game Pass is great and all, but I feel like it's holding back the quality of the freaking games. Okay, I spend $10 on Game Pass, right? And it's giving me all the first party studio games, including some third party stuff. But what if when I sign up for it and it's games that I don't necessarily care about? If the quality of games are not up to par, you see what I'm saying? That really resonate with me for me to keep that subscription. Look at Netflix. Prime example. When they first started out, they were feeling themselves, right? And then they start having subscriptions dropping off because they shows suck. All the shows that they were showing, people start unsubscribing. And what did they have to do? They had to go out there, get better cameras, go out there with Sony, try to get better stuff so that they can make better freaking original shows. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? So don't sit here and push this narrative like, oh my God, Game Pass is the second coming of Jesus. No, it's not. It's not. It's cool. And with games being $70 and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's a plan B option for people to sign up for. But don't sit here and make it seem like, oh my God, it's the second coming of Christ. And it's so freaking amazing because bro, look, at the end of the day, it's quality over quantity. Game Pass is quantity, not freaking quality. Now, there are some quality stuff, right? But it's here or there. Like Forza Horizon, that's quality to me. You see what I'm saying? There's a few titles here and there that's going to resonate with you, but is it really that freaking worth it? Is Game Pass really that worth it? Come on, man. That's something for people to think about. So when people are saying, oh, you're a fanboy, or oh, you a fraud, and oh, you this, and oh, you that, bro, the truth is the freaking truth, and the truth will set you free. Don't sit here in your high chair and have these Phil come on, because best believe if Phil comes on my show, right, I'm gonna talk to him just like I talk to y'all. I'm gonna treat him just like how I treat y'all. Treat everybody with respect and love and respect and everything. But I'm gonna get critical with him. I'm like, man, you know what? Honestly, man, I'm not happy with what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, could you guys do something a little different? You know, like present this a little different. I'm gonna get critical with him because look, I got people that's depending on me and I'm spending my money too. You see what I'm saying? So why settle for mediocrity when you can get something way better? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like, come on. Hip hop, you got anything to say on what I just said? I know I'm telling
Yeah,
the
of
truth,
course. Man. So here's the deal. Xbox Game Pass is dope. I got it. I'm subscribed to it. I love the fact that I got like a lot of these different games I can choose from, test out. But that's really mainly what I use it for. Unless it's a title that's like a Gears of War or something that's not on PlayStation or something that's not on Nintendo, then I'm using Game Pass on my PC. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate joint, and I'm gonna check some stuff out. Like I was playing Killer Instinct not too long ago. I was playing Halo 3 because they dropped that. So there's games there that I do play, and I love the service and what it is. That still don't change the fact that like you're not getting Cyberpunk day and date. You're not getting 2K21 day and date. There's a laundry list of titles that you're not gonna get. So Xbox to me is like the perfect bargain bin type of case. It's kind of like think about it like this, right? You know how you got those like Black Friday sales and stuff like that, and games that you wanted like a couple of years ago that you didn't get a chance to play, but now they're on sale, you get them. Game Pass is the perfect place for all of that stuff all year round, and that's not a slight. That's a good thing because it's a great option. Here's what I would say though. So you got like Xbox themselves. It's all about messaging. Like if you say something make sure what you do in practice supports what you say. If you say something, then what you do in practice don't support what you say. You could do something good and people will still feel like, well, it's not what you told me though. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's all you can't connect with somebody, but then what you're saying doesn't resonate with the action that followed after. So case in point, right now, I think somebody in the chat mentioned it.
Yeah.
The marketing for Xbox was this the world's most powerful console.
Yep.
And then it went from this is the world's most powerful Xbox.
Exactly. Just like you took the word out of my mouth because I just said that in yesterday's show.
Like,
what's going on?
What are you saying then? Are you saying that because we know this is more powerful than the other Xbox, but that's not what you said at first. So now you gonna make people feel like, and then you're doing a disservice to the fanboys of your team. Because look, Sony got fanboys, Nintendo got fanboys, and fanboys and fangirls everywhere. And then you got those people that just want to play some games. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love games. I got everything. I just want to play some stuff. So for the home teams of these companies, you want to make sure that they feel good.
Yeah.
To brag against the other side. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure Grove Street, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want Grove Street to be able to go, you know, up against the baller country. Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man. So at the end of the day, you know, for the fun of it and everything like that, bottom line is this. When we work hard and give our money to invest in something that we love, you know, there's no hesitation or funny business with the money. So if that's the case, when you say something and this is what we're supposed to be investing in, make sure it's actually what we're investing in. Because honestly, man, I'm still in shock on the representation of what Halo Infinite was. I'm still in shock, man. Like, I had to find new words to use. I couldn't even use the hood words. I couldn't even use my hood words, like my slang words. Like, I had to find new words to use. Like, I was super flabbergasted by the intrium of my feelings and the notion that deterred my eye socket from feeling bad about the entitlement of their words not reflecting the emotion of the action that I witnessed that made me feel exuberated in over emotional activities.
Oh my God.
Why don't you just say it was trash,
man?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
garbage.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Well, see, that's the problem. Halo Infinite. If you would have said that, this is the Xbox One X version of what we're working on,
God.
we'll show you the Series X later, then it's like, okay, like I'm with that. All right, cool, bet, because this looks like a current gen game. You made that statement, so now I see what you're talking about. Okay, got it. I got it. But if you tell me that this is the Xbox Showcase of Series X, and then you show that, now we have a problem. And that right there, in comparison to what it's supposed to be, it was I said it because I tweeted about it. It's the biggest choke in gaming history to me.
Yeah.
It's the biggest choke.
God. Oh my God.
That was Patrick Ewing missing the layup in the finals. Real
talk.
That's what that was.
Here's my
but no, I'm not finished. Like, it's not I'm really being serious. Like, I couldn't believe it. The amount of texture popping, the amount of low quality textures, all these things, like the game looked smooth in terms of played smooth. There was no problems there. Like, that part looked phenomenal. That was great. It looked smooth as I don't know what. There wasn't no frame rate drops. Everything looked good when it came to that. But the visuals and the graphics, bro,
God, no.
it was a big letdown. But here's what made it worse. Man. When we showed up to an Xbox showcase and didn't see nothing running on Xbox, and this is the second time that happened.
God.
Now, the problem that I have is that's a lot. You're lying.
Yeah, you
Like,
are.
it's not an Xbox showcase unless it's on Xbox. Like, it's just
Crazy.
If you go to E3, you have a PC showcase, you have an Xbox showcase,
Yes.
you have a PlayStation showcase,
Yes.
and you have your Nintendo Direct showcase.
Yes.
All different. This is not an Xbox showcase if it's not running on Xbox. And what's the sad thing about it is in May, we already spoke about this. So y'all already knew what was up.
Yeah.
PlayStation
Facts.
did they showcase and it said all footage you see from this point on is all captured on a PS5. So you don't gotta ask the question. You don't gotta think of nothing. That's it. You know what it is. What worries me is that we're in August. We're in August. August 1st today. So August, September, October, we literally got 3 months till launch. And we still haven't seen, I don't think we've seen not one game yet running on the Xbox Series X, yo.
It's a shame.
I've never seen that before.
God.
In a console launch. Because even at E3 when they showed Xbox One X, we was playing on the One X.
Yeah.
At E3 when they did that back in 2017, something like that.
2017, yeah.
We was playing on the One X. So, wait, you was playing on PC still, right? Right. They was playing on PC, right? Oh, okay. So Red Infamy just corrected me that they was playing on PC at the Xbox showcase. But
Correct.
Wow.
but there was some people that said that they did but it was like one-on-one meetings in hotel rooms where they had like a 1X there. But it wasn't on the show floor. So that's what it was. My bad, y'all. Hold up.
No. You good? You good? So like I said, man, it's very.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry to cut back in. I'm sorry.
Come back in.
So the thing is, even at E3, it was a lot of these things. These games was running on PC on the show floor, and even in certain one-on-one meetings. Because Red Infamy just corrected me. She just corrected me on that. But 3 months out of a launch, I've never seen no company do a showcase where you don't see the game running on the system. I just never seen that before. 3 months out and we still not
think that is
using the actual system that we're gonna be playing on.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
this is what you're supposed to be selling.
Lets me know that there's something that's not being said.
Yep.
And whatever it is, I hope it gets figured out. And if Microsoft do have an August show, I hope they show like you power on the Xbox.
Yes.
You show the dashboard and all the new cool stuff, and you power up a game or something. Like we need to see that, bro.
Yeah, it's not that freaking hard.
The way things,
how hard is it?
The worst part of all of this is that throughout the showcase, most of it was all trailers.
Oh my God.
In terms of the gameplay stuff, most of it was all trailers.
Yes.
Nothing was shown on the actual Xbox. And then the other thing I would like to say is, when us as gamers, when we look at something, in this next generation, every game ain't gonna blow you away. A lot of games is cross-gen, and a lot of games is like indie titles or whatever, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But you gotta have something to say that this is why you want it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted them to have that moment where it's like, yo, this is why you're gonna want the Xbox.
Yeah.
That's that, and that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they're increasing. I think the street Xbox is gonna I think it's gonna have some different stuff in it. I think they're going to increase some stuff, but that's just my opinion. I don't have any inside baseball. Just don't be shocked if they add some more stuff to the retail units for both the PlayStation and the Xbox. It wouldn't shock me.
Real quick, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look. Let's take this super chat here real quick. Let's call it like it is. A certain color that lies says, oh my God, prejudice things and call people that were on Twitter, get Xbox execs on their podcast, and then those execs sponsor their channels. Of course. And I want people to wake up and realize what's going on here, because
all the money. Money.
It's all about money. You see what I'm saying? Andrew again with another 5 says true. Sony has their BS too. Michael Jackson was about to buy the entire Marvel catalog for $83 million in the early 90s. Sony blocked that. Companies be treacherous. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. And so, it's just people need to wake up. And just like hip hop speaking the truth, because in the position that hip hop is in, that's the type of stuff that we want to hear, because hip hop talks to all these different execs, and he's not going to sit there and sugarcoat like a lot of these other, I'm not going to say no names, but these Xbox channels, I know they know who they are. They watch my channel. They know who they are because they'll go back on their podcast and they talk about me, and I don't care. But it's like, bro, speak up. You got Aaron Greenberg, shout out to Aaron Greenberg. You got freaking Phil. Talk. Tell them that, look, man, y'all need to change this, because people are upset. And here's my thing. Here bleeds over into the next topic. Microsoft still has not 100% sold people on the Series X. Bro, you had 7 months going into the 8th month, and you still have not shown anything. And when I've been saying this for the longest time on the show, you a fanboy. No, it's the truth. It's the freaking truth. They don't like hearing the freaking truth. Oh, you just a Sony fanboy because what did Sony show? Are you blind? What are you talking about? What did Sony show? Sony showed way more games that was running on actual hardware. Everything that Microsoft showed you was not running on the system. And then to add insult to injury, remember the last Inside Xbox that we had? That was a freaking disaster. You know what I'm saying? They went out on Twitter and deliberately said Assassin's Creed Valhalla was gameplay. Are you stupid or dumb? Which one is it? Because that is not freaking gameplay. That's a in-game engine freaking trailer. That's not gameplay. It was like, oh, they showed gameplay. Scorn, prime example, not running on the Series X, right? That game was running on a 2080 Ti. So a lot of Microsoft stuff is running on PC. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, if your job is to, because I know Phil is all over the place. First, he said he don't care about, people buying Series X because of the economy. And then on one hand, he's like, he's not forcing people and this and that. And then on the other hand, he was like, okay, we saw what Sony did. You know what I'm saying? And, that's cool and all, but we're going to be sure. This man hyped up this show. This is something that you guys hyped up and said y'all gonna blow us away, and everything that's gonna be shown is gonna look better on our box. What, freaking trailers is gonna look better on your box? And then the Medium, the game that a lot of these Xbox guys have been pushing, right? That huge narrative that they've been pushing. That game is running at 4K 30, not 4K 60 like they were saying. Okay, which is fine and all, but don't sit here and try to make the competitor look like they're not even freaking trying. And then that game, the Medium, if people would do their research, that game is a 10-plus-year-old game that was supposed to be on the freaking Wii U. Come on, somebody. Am I preaching? Do I need a glass of water for this? Come on, man. That game was supposed to be on Wii U. That game is not a new game, right? And we just found out it's coming to PS5. So, I mean, a lot of Xbox supposed exclusives are coming over to other consoles. They're coming over to other platforms. There was even rumors going around saying Game Pass was supposed to come to freaking Switch. Come on, man.
Plus, out a rumor, they actually, and this has already been disclosed. They've actually shopped it to Switch and PlayStation. They both, Nintendo and Sony, turned it down for now. I still think Microsoft efforts them in about another 16 to 18 months, and it hits PS4 because it extends the life of PS4. That's the main reason. It extends the life of the PS4. So.
Man, let me tell you something. If I was at the helm of Xbox, right, this is what I would do. Because shouts to Matt Booty. But Matt Booty came out and he said this. And this is what turned me off. I got mad when I heard he said this, because he had an interview with Game Informer. This man said, hey, look, thank you for having me. Now, what's going to be happening here with the Xbox Series X games? Because first it was an article, and then we actually saw the video interview with him about the whole narrative of no exclusives for 2 years. Right there, when that statement went out, a lot of people was like, I ain't buying no Series X. I'm not buying, ain't no exclusives. You know what I'm saying? So what's the freaking point? And my whole thing is this. He said, out of Matt Booty's mouth, he said that they have AA studios, all these. How many times have we heard that Microsoft acquire all these different studios, right? Last year's E3, what stole the show? Cyberpunk, a third-party freaking game. All these studios that they keep saying they're acquiring and this and that, but yet still, we still can't freaking see gameplay. Come on, man, people ain't stupid. Then to backdoor, he said, oh yeah, we have a lot of AA studios that we're going to use to try to scope, keyword scope, into AAA games. Yeah. So he said that he don't want people to buy a Series X thinking that they're going to get what? AAA 70 to 80 hour experiences. Is just not going to happen. So as a consumer, when you hear something like that, not knocking AA games, but I'm just saying, when you hear no exclusives for 2 years and everything is going to be consumer friendly across the board, there's nothing wrong with that as well. But when that's your main focus, that's a freaking problem. And then you're bottlenecking your freaking developers with this VCR door stopper box from 2013. You see what I'm saying? And then you're saying games being held back is a meme. You doggone right is a meme. Of course it's a meme because you guys made it into a meme. Why is that? Well, that's because developers have to develop with that old VCR box in mind. Come on, man. If I was Phil, I would say the One X. I stop it right there. The One X as far as the Xbox One goes. Not all the way to the VCR box. The One X, because the One X is the most powerful Xbox One. Have developers developed with the One X in mind, because that system was abandoned like how Nintendo abandoned the freaking GameCube. You see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. That system had a lot of life left into it. Microsoft abandoned that system and went right into the Series X. The Series X, from what I heard, was not supposed to be a thing. It was supposed to be the One X, because that system have at least about 2 or 3 more years left into it for developers to continue to use all the resources of that system. That's why I freaking love Sony. People wonder why I love Sony so much, because they always utilize their hardwares to their fullest potential. Same thing with PS2. At the end of the PS2 life cycle, we started to see games that really showed us what the PS2 could do. Same thing with PS3, and the same thing with the PlayStation 4. If freaking Shadowfall looks way better than Halo Infinite, that's a problem. If Halo 3 looks better than Halo Infinite, that's a freaking problem. If Halo 5 looks better than Halo Infinite, that's a freaking problem. Why is that? On the world's most powerful freaking console, that is a no-go. That's a no-go. And you're happy with that? You're happy with how your showcase is resonating with fans? That's unacceptable.
Let me help you out here. You got to understand that they'd rather have it the way it is now and defend it, even though we all know that 343 has come out and said that the show was trash. I mean, pretty much they said, yeah, they're expected to do more, so they came out and apologized for it. But you got to really understand, try to look at it from the aspect of they don't want to wake up Monday morning and turn on a business network, whether it be CNBC or Fox Business, and it says breaking news: Microsoft to sell Xbox division. So they're operating off of that. So
sad,
man. Yeah, I know, but the truth is that they don't want the Xbox to go away. So if this is what Xbox, to us, it's trash what they're doing. I mean, we had the OG Xbox and the 360, and so to us, what they're doing is, and what they did, in my opinion, I'm a big Halo fan. The fact that they bastardized that game the way they did is an atrocity. But if they're willing to do that with Halo, what are they willing to do with Forza? What are they willing to do with Gears? I'm talking about the stuff that has been a staple in their franchise or in their belt. But at the end of the day, they don't want the brand to go away. They don't want to wake up and only have the PlayStation to play on or the Nintendo Switch. And if this is what Microsoft has to do in their mind to stay relevant, they're going to defend it. And just trust me, if they put games on a refrigerator or on a school bus, they will defend it. That's just where they are now.
But it's
sad. It's sad. You're right.
It's sad. Facts, Craig. It's sad because here's the thing: what affects one affects all. And like I said, going back to what I was saying, you have a lot of these big people that are up there that these execs look up to. You see what I'm saying? They like their content, they praise them and everything like that. And then when they get in their graces, they're sitting there lying to them, telling them, oh, everything looks great. Oh, the showcase was phenomenal. Oh my God, man. Did you see that Fable gameplay? These guys over here calling Fable gameplay. I'm like, bro, that was not gameplay. That was like a 10 to 20 second freaking CGI trailer with Thumbelina getting eaten by a freaking frog. That's not freaking gameplay.
That's true.
That is not freaking gameplay. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know the definition of gameplay? You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen someone pick up the controller and show us gameplay on the Series X. What, Minecraft? You call Minecraft? I mean, come on, man. With ray tracing. Are you kidding me? But you couldn't show Halo Infinite with ray tracing. Your crown jewel, your baby. That's like me sitting out here, have my baby outside with no clothes. What the hell? What are you doing?
Oh, man.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's like, what you doing?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like you got to protect your baby. You got to do everything in your power to make sure that your baby is taken care of. Instead of you going out instead of you going out on Twitter and you talking about Tetris, something from the 1990s. Tetris?
I understand what you're saying.
You sitting here tweeting about Tetris? What about Halo? Then they're going to sit here and put up a tweet yesterday. Oh, yeah, just to confirm that Halo multiplayer is 120 FPS and it's going to be free to play. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's a legitimate point.
Come on, man. Let's be real,
bro,
man.
I do have to roll out, man. I appreciate the Vine. And shout out to the chat and to Hip Hop Gamer dropping that knowledge, man. I do appreciate everything that you and your queen are doing in the business. So, did he drop off already?
No, I'm here, bro. I'm listening.
All right, man. All right, my bad. I didn't. Yeah, I appreciate everything you do, man. You and your queen are doing. And I'm gonna jump on off here. Yeah, my girl, she ready to go down to Cheddar's and get something to eat. So, but man, it was good talking to both of you all, man. Keep on up with the good work, man. And Marlon, I love your podcasting. It keeps me going at work when I'm there bored sometimes.
I appreciate that, Craig, man. We see you, baby.
No problem. Hip hop, man. I appreciate what you're doing, brother, man. You all take it easy.
One love, bro. Be safe out there, man.
Take it easy now.
Be blessed. Yeah, hip hop. So what's your thoughts on Halo Infinite being 120 FPS? Because I tweeted about this and I said, okay, well, the narrative that they're pushing right now is that Halo multiplayer is going to be 120 FPS. Is that going to make you buy a Series X now? And a lot of people's like, heck no, I'm still ain't buying a Series X. They still ain't getting my money. So thoughts on that, man? Well,
I mean, you don't need a Series X. You could play Halo on PC, if that's what you want. So that's the first thing. Excuse me, that's the first thing. Second thing, with Halo being 120 FPS, I'm pretty sure they want to build a esports like experience within the world of Halo. So I think they want to get into that world in a much more deeper way. Remember, Halo, they had leagues and all this other stuff back in the day, but then it kind of fell off, and then it wasn't really looked at as that anymore. But now with it being 120 frames per second, free to play, and the new generation of gamers and kids growing up and stuff like that, they see something like that, then I think that could be a market for them. So I think so that right there is a good look on their part, but it doesn't change the fact that this does not look like a next gen title, and it doesn't represent what was marketed to be. And until that's fixed or changed or whatever, it's going to be like a major drop ball choking moment. Now, will the game sell and still be successful? Of course, you have like cult following people that love Halo no matter what you give them. Like, they just love Halo, and that's fine too. But for me personally, that's not fine. Like, I want a next generation experience on a game that's supposed to represent and lead the way for your next generation launch. And that was their words. Like, Halo Infinite is the game that leads the way for the Xbox Series X. So that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that, man. It's just, like I said, that's your baby. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to let anything happen to your baby? No, you're going to protect your baby, and you're going to make sure that your baby is the best representation of you. And they did not do that. You see what I'm saying? So look, I don't want to hear it. I told them, I was like, I don't want to hear it, because until they show me something different, then fine. Because I have my One X. I have a PC that's capable of giving me everything that they're going to be doing. So I don't have a problem with that. Where I have a problem is, okay, people are saying that, well, Halo Infinite and the Series X is going to outdo Sony. Okay, so one game and a system, because it's more powerful, is going to outdo Sony. Okay. All right. We'll see about that. Thoughts on Silent Hill? Now, this is very interesting because at the state of play, I think, or whatever it's going to be called, I think a lot of people are saying that they might show it. And Konami out on Twitter, they kind of said, oh, yeah, that's not what we were doing. We were doing something totally different. So do you think Silent Hill is going to be shown in August, or do you think it's coming at all?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be shown in August. I don't think it's going to be shown in August. But the question of, is it coming? Yeah. I'm going to just leave it at that.
Oh, boy. Hey, that's all we need. Hey, we can take whatever crumbs is on the ground, we could take. You know what I'm saying? As long as we know, because I had a strong feeling that it was coming. And then all the hints and everything that we've been getting, I was like, yeah, this is happening. This seems like it's going to happen. So when I saw that tweet, I was like, that's very interesting. Because, anytime something is being tweeted out with any sort of title or something like that, people are always going to run with that and say, oh, man, something is going down. Something is going down. So that's very, very good to know there. All right. So let me ask you about Spider-Man now for PS5. And, we've been getting a lot of mixed bag things with that game. A lot of people are saying it's a PS4 game, DLC, this and that old stuff. But the new rumor is stating that Spider-Man for the PS5 is going to feature a remastered version of the PS4 version. So any thoughts on that? They said it's going to be like a digital code that you'll be able to put in, and then it's going to have a update that's going to literally double the frame rate and everything like that to I think 4K 60 or something like that.
Let's go.
Can you speak on that?
Let's go, because the game is fire. So if I could play it again, it'll look better. Look, let me tell you something. Spider-Man, Last of Us, God of War, all these games I'm playing all over again when the PS5 come out. Just cause, you know what I'm saying? So, the more the merrier, man. And after seeing that PS5 on Spider-Man trailer, when Miles Morales, when he took off his mask, the detail in his face.
Man, it's
When he
insane.
took the mask off, yo, son, what? That joint, yo, I don't care what. See that's another thing. Like that. This is all great news.
Yeah.
Like all of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna give me more of what I want, and I didn't even know you was gonna do that. That's
Man,
like if you go to. That's like you
phenomenal.
go to. That's like you go to the store. You know what I'm saying? And you got like $40 left, and you spend all that on like food or something, and then the guy or the girl at the register saying, "Yo, we got some extras free. You want it? Because it's gonna go to waste if you don't use it." Yo, bring that on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get it. I want it all. Like, so yeah, if they really remaster the entire Spider-Man PS4,
man, crazy.
oh man, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
And it makes sense because people who
Yeah, it
haven't
does.
played Spider-Man on PS4 would be a great opportunity for them to play Spider-Man PS4, get acquainted with the story, and then go off into Miles Morales. So I think that's a beautiful package that they can put together. Not only that, but for future games, you know what I'm saying, that had like, for instance, like Last of Us, you know what I'm saying, how they can actually redo that for PS5 and people will buy it all over again. I think that just will be, you know, a huge thing for them to sort of have that practice, because I heard that this rumor that was going around about Bloodborne. And I said, wait, that don't even make sense. But they were saying that they were going to remaster the game for PS5. So I was thinking to myself, like, well, ain't the PS5 supposed to make certain games look better and everything like that off the rip? So, and then I remember you said it's more of a remake thing than a remaster thing this year. So I'm like, don't want to believe that rumor. But at the same time, now we're hearing about Spider-Man being remastered for PS5, and I'm like, wow.
But when they say remastered, I just think that means, especially in the form of an update or something like that, I think that's more so about making sure that it's compatible with the PS5's boost mode, because the PS5's boost modes take care of that already, because it's going to increase resolution, it's going to make assets, you know, look better, and it's going to make frame rates more stable and even higher. So that's what the PS5 compatible, like the whole idea of that is. So that's what I see for Spider-Man. I don't see them. It's not a remake or even like a remastered version. I would say it's more like enhanced to utilize the boost mode that's on PS5. So that's pretty much what it is. But see, the thing is, we're so used to that terminology because of the era of PS4 and Xbox One that it's a bit different going into the era of PS5 and Series X. So, you know, you could get terminologies mixed up, or they could mean something different. But that's what it is. That's what it is. I believe it's just a patch to help make it compatible with the PS5's boost mode, so it can take advantage of what it can offer. That's what I believe.
Okay, gotcha. Now we got one more topic, and then we got some questions. I know a lot of people want to ask questions. Now my question, the topic that I wanted to jump on real quick was Sony actually updated their playlist, their Future of Gaming playlist out on YouTube, which hints that a announcement is gonna be around the corner. So I would say maybe Monday or sometime next week. What do you think about that? They just updated the playlist, so they got to be dropping a video. Maybe the video for not the state of play, but whatever it's gonna be called. What you think about that?
Okay. You know what? Like, so for them to do that, for them to do that right now, that's interesting. That's interesting for them to make that adjustment, because it's one of those situations where there's no middle ground to it. Either it's nothing or it's something. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's no middle ground. Let's just say I don't think they do something like that for nothing. I just leave like that. I said a lot today, so I can't say too much. But I said a lot today, so we gonna leave it like that.
All right, facts.
Oh man.
Oh God, that's funny, man. That's why I love you, bro. Man, I'm telling you, all I can say is get ready, man. Get freaking ready, because it's about to go down. All right, guys. So questions that you have for hip hop, tag me, so we can answer those questions as quickly as possible for hip hop. I know you guys been asking for me to have him on. And here he is. So if you guys have any quick questions, main question. Yeah, I saw that article. So let's ask him. You guys say, ask hip hop if the PS5 can do Lion King textures.
Lion King textures.
Yeah,
okay,
like the movie. Mm-hmm.
Like the movie Lion King.
Like
so like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what. So what it is I'm not sure if y'all know, but that was Quixel. Like that whole Lion King movie and stuff like that. That was Quixel. Wow. So like those assets, like this is what they were saying. Like you could use film quality, movie quality assets, just like in I think what's that Netflix joint? I think that came out the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quixel, Unreal Engine, like that's all of that. And
that joint looks phenomenal, man.
Yeah, and those same assets can be, used in game. Like, yo, listen, let me explain something to y'all, man. When it comes to graphics, just straight up graphics and photorealism. I said this before, and this is back, I think, in December. Like the uncanny valley is here. That's it. Like, think about it like this. Anybody that has played Last of Us 2, just looking at that game, son, the attention to detail within the facial animation and everything like that is unbelievable. Once again, Sony punching above their weight. I'm telling you, man, like this generation here, this one here, especially shout out to my boy Kurt. So my man Kurt from Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
He said that this is the most exciting time as a developer in his entire career. Wow. With the way the PlayStation is developed and designed. The stuff that they can do now. All right, let me make it easier. Let me make it easier for everybody. Look at the NBA 2K face scans. If you go on, I think if you go on TikTok right now to the NBA 2K account, they're going to show you the next generation 2K21 face scans on PS5. When you see it, you're not going to believe it, but that's what the game looks like. When I tell you this joint is photorealistic, is real, if you go directly up to LeBron James and you take a picture of him with your phone, you're playing PlayStation 5.
Wow.
That's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. And they already showed it. They already showed the face skins. Like,
that is crazy.
Like what my man from Guerrilla Games and also the studio owner, the head of Worldwide Studios. Why I can't remember his name he used to be with Guerrilla Games. Why I can't remember his name. You talking about Herman? Yeah, Herman Hulst. Yeah, my dude Herman.
Herman Hulst. Yeah.
So Herman, he said it already. He's like, look, like we have a lot of power that's actually easy to unlock. So right out the gate, we're gonna be hitting you with something real. And look at what we saw already. Ratchet and Clank looks better than the movie Ratchet and Clank.
Oh my god.
The movie Ratchet and Clank that came out, I believe, in 2016. The game looks better than that. Like, and that's all for YouTube. Matter of fact, go back and look at these videos on Vimeo. Because Vimeo, they even have a better decompressor so things can look clearer. If you look at all this gameplay from PS5, even on Vimeo, you're gonna be like, yo, how are they doing this? Like, it's unbelievable, man. So yes, the Lion King textures, yes, like that stuff that will be realized right now. There's videos out there right now that will show you that level of quality right
Man,
now in real time from Quick.
crazy. It's crazy, man. Another question that we got. Shout outs to Big Stout for that $2. He says PS5 removable panels. Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up because this has been making the rounds. There was like a photo, hip hop. I'm pretty sure you saw it from the factory. That the panel from the PS5 is removable. I talked about this numerous of times, and I'm like, man, this would be a game changer. A lot of publishers, that will make Sony a lot of money if they can, especially with Miles Morales. They can have like exclusive Spider-Man, Miles Morales panels that can be changed out with the white one or black one, whichever one. So, do you think that the panels are removable?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it, and I think it'd be dope to do it like that because from a standpoint of the company, they don't have to worry about like there's only certain games that get limited edition treatment. You know what I'm saying? So if you can have that option open for anyone, because you got to think about it, right? Every console you can skin like the way you want and put different things on it. But if I don't gotta worry about getting the skin and I can just change the plate, that's the most authentic way, like you could go about it. The only thing is I know Xbox 360 tried the faceplate stuff before, but that it was cool for a time. But the problem is it only changed one aspect of the system, like that little front piece of the system.
Yeah.
This plate changes the system in its entirety.
Oh
and
my God.
That right there, I can see more people like gravitating to that. Like because you're changing the look of your system like at scale. Like the whole system will look different because of this feature. So I think that right there is like dope. But the 360 one, like I said, it was cool for the time, but I understand why it didn't last because it was more like an add-on as something that was designed to really have that in place. PlayStation looked like it was designed specifically for it to be customized in that way so that fans can have what they want. So
wow.
Yeah, I think that'll be real dope. But think about how that'll look in your crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
I could see them setting up like a PlayStation ID website where you could design whatever plate you want and then order it. Like that, yo, bro. Man. That'll be fire. So, yeah, you gotta be hyped on that. Yeah, that'll be fire, son. So yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that 100%. Yeah, I'm with that 100%.
Now, what games are you excited for PlayStation 5? Because someone was trying to get my attention to look at PS5 Only's Twitter, and come to find out on there, they had like a bunch of Series X games that is at 120 FPS. Now they're saying, oh, where's the list of games on PS5 that's going to be doing 120? I'm like, man, that's a fool's errand. But anyway, what games are you excited about for PlayStation 5? Like, preferably for launch.
Oh man, like I'm excited for a lot of games, man. Like, there's some games that got overlooked, but I'm gonna just run it down. I'm excited for Spider-Man, of course. Ratchet and Clank, Gran Turismo 7. Destruction All-Stars. I love Destruction Derby back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Destruction All-Stars looks dope because it seems like you could also get out the car and run around and do stuff. Like, I never seen that before. Like, that right there is like Twisted Metal on steroids. So it's like I'm definitely excited for that. I'm excited for that Astro Bot because I want to go through the process of unlocking backwards compatibility. So that's gonna be dope. And then the other one that so I can't stand Demon Souls.
Oh, you don't want to play that?
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Okay. But yeah, guys.
Hold on 1 second though. 1 second.
Okay. But yeah, guys, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. Trying to get some questions answered for you guys. I really do appreciate you guys for showing up to the podcast today, man.
I go back. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good? You
Yeah, I'm
good?
back. Sorry. So
Yeah.
so here's what I was gonna so here's what I'm what I was gonna say. So so all those games I'm interested in. Then another game that I'm interested in is Demon Souls, even though I don't like Demon Souls because I don't like playing games where I die all the time. But just looking at that joint, that looks amazing, yo. It looks
Fire,
amazing.
right?
So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Oh my
So then
God.
I'm gonna play it. So then another thing, another game I was interested in that I saw. Oh, Sackboy.
Sackboy, yeah.
I'm interested in that. And there's two other ones that I'm really interested in. And that's Little Devil Inside. That looked crazy. And Kenna. I think it was Kenna. Yeah, yo.
Fire.
That joint looked like a Pixar Disney film, son. Like, man.
Fire.
There's just so many games, man. And you know, I really want to play Godfall because the way they talk about the way they're using the DualSense controller.
Yes.
The way they're using the DualSense controller, I'm really, really, really big on that. I really want to see how that goes. So yeah, that's just the name song.
Okay. Yeah, facts, man. Somebody did a $5 says hip hop. What's on the back of the PS5? Any surprises? Whoa, that's a big one for hip hop.
I don't know. That's what I don't know. I have no clue of that one. all I know is that it better have an HDMI, and that's it, and a plug. As long as I got an HDMI and a plug, I'm good. But I do find it very, very interesting that we haven't seen that. So, but like I said, I have no clue. I don't know anything about the way the back
of the system. Yeah, they're probably saving that for the tear down. That's probably what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Another one. Will Sony buy new studios?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah, like they are.
And just my question, real quick was this whole EA thing. I'm pretty sure you saw that, right? Where EA is in like talks of
they're
buying
interested
WB?
in buying Warner Brothers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on that story. I'm still working on. I made a little bit of a leadway, but not anything strong enough to have like real confident confirmation on. But I'm still working on that story. Like trust me, when it's time for me to talk, I'm like it's on. Like you know what I'm saying. But as of right now, I don't have enough. I don't have enough weight to be able to come out and speak on the WB situation. I do know that it's very interesting, but I don't have enough yet. Hopefully this month, like much later this month, maybe like 22nd, around that time, I should be able to be ready to have a deeper conversation about that, but
About
as
that
of right now,
purchase.
I don't have enough yet. I got something, but I don't got enough, so I don't want to say nothing yet.
Okay. Another super chat. Y'all excited for the Mean Greens game? I am. Okay. What's this? Ben 10 says with the 5 says they say the PS5 is the most customizable. Is it any chance that goes for intervals as well?
Oh, I know what you're saying. I'm not sure. I'm not. Yeah, I don't have any info on that one.
Okay, cool. Now, let me ask you this. PS5 pre-orders. Walmart Canada put out a tweet. Actually, Walmart Gaming, the gaming side of Walmart. And they said something about, are y'all ready for PS5 pre-orders to go live? And then they put up where you can actually go sign up. So I think something is getting ready to shift, man. So you think that whole thing with the pre-orders thing, you think that's going to be huge, right? Like as far as the marketing behind that?
Like I said before, like I know everybody's getting hyped for pre-orders. I'm definitely getting mine, but after August, after everything that's supposed to happens this month, it ain't gonna matter how much it costs. Like all I'm gonna say is this: like anybody that's a gaming fan, like forget fanboy talk right now. If you just a fan of gaming and you love the culture and everything like that, Sony has done something that I'm gonna say it like this because this is the realest way I think I can say it. Sony did something that it don't matter if you're an Xbox fanboy or a Nintendo fanboy or if you only play on PC.
Wow.
They did something that's gonna. I said this on Big Cloud Gaming as well. They did something that's gonna force everybody, every gamer, that I truly believe that's how powerful it is. But they did something where nobody's gonna care about any fanboy, anything in this particular moment because they did something where it's gonna be like, you know what, I gotta get it, even if I don't like. You ever had those moments where it's undeniable? You could not like something, but I gotta get it for this, and you might be mad that like I gotta get it, but you gotta get it. You know what it's like?
Yeah.
Let's say you're a hardcore hip hop fan, right?
Yeah.
And you got beef with Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
But it's Wu-Tang. I'm still gonna buy your stuff anyway. Like you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like let's say somebody had a rap battle, you know, against Method Man, and they don't like each other, but anything that they do, I gotta buy it, like, cause it's still fire. Like I love it, even though I can't stand you.
Yeah.
I personally think that Sony made a move that's so powerful.
Oh my god.
That even if you are Xbox and Nintendo or PC only type of person, it's not gonna matter once certain things get announced.
Oh my
That's
god.
it.
Wow.
And what's so funny is that I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it like this, right?
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm gonna say it like this, right?
Oh god.
There's been games that has skipped generations that people want back.
Wow. Man,
There's
there's a lot of games I could think of.
Exactly.
Man.
There's a lot of games that has skipped generations that people want back.
Oh my god, have mercy.
Like, I'll give you an example. People would kill for a new NBA Street. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, yes.
Like, if NBA Street, if there was an announcement of NBA Street coming to Series X only, that's it. Like, I don't care. Even for that one game, I'm getting it. That's how powerful a game like that can be. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's stuff that has taken place.
Oh my god.
That it
Listen,
don't matter
folks,
if you're a fanboy or not or whatever. When that time comes, everybody, if you're a gamer like that, everybody's gonna jump on board.
What?
Like,
So
if you have no choice.
So let me pull out the journalist side of me a little bit here without spilling too much beans. Is this project, this huge thing that you're talking about, is this an exclusive thing, or is it sort of like a everybody thing? Like, as far as like it's gonna benefit all the other consoles, or is it just gonna be exclusive to PS5?
No, this is an exclusive thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
It's an exclusive thing because that's why I was saying what I was saying. It don't matter if you're a fanboy or a fangirl, whatever. You're gonna catch yourself getting it because of what it is. And I put it like this, right? You see how Street Fighter 5 wasn't going to be made, but Sony stepped in. That's why Street Fighter 5 was done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you when it's time to talk.
Oh my.
When it's time to talk, we'll talk again.
Oh my god. Wow. Talking about mic drop moments. That's a
It's time to
mic drop
talk. We'll
moment.
talk again.
Okay. All right. Just I'm here, man. I'm here, and you just let me know the time, and we could set it up. One last donation. How will the DualSense controller impact the gaming world? Man, I could answer that, but that's for hip hop. I know y'all donating for hip hop to talk. So,
thank you, man. I appreciate it. Oh man, so many ways.
Oh God.
That's another reason why I really want Godfall, because like they said that you'll feel the different texture of the battle. So like when shields clash, you'll feel the texture of what that shield, that metal, is supposed to be like. See, what I'm trying to explain to y'all, it's not just vibrations happening in a different way. It's not just the vibration or the rumble. It can simulate surfaces, so it can make it feel like it's something that you would actually feel in real life. Wow. So that, and like I said, in 2018, when I had that experience with the Capto glove, it's like it tricks your brain. Like it's the moment you like experience it, it's like, what's happening? Because the way I'm thinking, but it's not in front of me. Like I'm not holding ice, I'm not holding a coffee mug, I'm not doing these things, but it really feels like I am.
Wow.
And it's I'm blown away by it, man, because it's one of those situations where, like, I'll give you something else about the DualSense controller that a lot of people aren't paying attention.
Oh my God! So, please.
So with if you look at NVIDIA, right, with their RTX technology, they also have it for voice. So, like, let's say I got like air conditioners and all types of stuff going on, and it's near the microphone. You won't hear nothing but me. You won't hear no noise, nothing, because the same technology that they have with like RTX and DLSS and all these other things, they have it with voice. So no matter what it is, you only hear me. Like I can take like all types of stuff and put it right into the microphone and you won't hear it. But when I speak, you'll hear me. Wow. So the point the technology is crazy. Like if you don't got a PC, you're not gonna understand. But like NVIDIA is a beast times 20. Like they different. Oof. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that mic that's in the PlayStation's DualSense controller, it's not just no regular standardized mic, whatever. There's a lot of technology, hardware-wise, at the hardware level, that makes that stand out, and the noise is canceling and everything. So obviously, I never used it or tested it, but because of how sophisticated these things are, I don't think it'll be not used. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how like when the PlayStation like the touchpad came out, a lot of people didn't use it. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't use it. A lot of developers didn't use it. But but for those that did, it was dope. Like for those that did, it was really dope. But not many developers used it. Yeah, exactly. Not many developers used it.
Yeah.
What the DualSense does,
oh my God,
I don't see how developers won't use it, because it does something that's never been done before in like gaming, period. Like that's what I'm trying to say. And the DualSense is a hint to what you're gonna get with VR. So stay tuned for that. DualSense plays a role into how the VR was developed and designed for PlayStation 5.
Wait. So you talking about VR 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's another conversation. I can't.
I know. But you know what I'm thinking? You know how me and you get down. So I'm just you throwing something out there real quick. It's funny how you mentioned that, because when you're so inclined with how things work, I'm thinking right now with Resident Evil 8. You know where I'm going with this,
right? I'm not playing nothing in VR. I'm just want to let you know, I don't do no scary games in VR ever. That's it. Go ahead,
bro. So Resident Evil 8 with PlayStation VR 2 with DualSense, sweat detection, heart rate detection. Oh God, do I need to keep going? The haptic feedback.
Yep.
Like my God.
It's a lot. You'll see.
Oh my God. Hip hop. That will be insane. Just
Yeah.
I mean, because that game, I literally played it in VR. I couldn't pass the freaking kitchen. Couldn't do it. I could not do it, bro. I was like tucked in my chair and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is freaking scary. So imagine with the Tempest engine with the 3D audio and everything. Oh my God. I don't know, man. And with Kojima, from what we heard, that Kojima is actually working on the scary game, man. I don't think people is ready, bro. I don't think people is ready for what Sony is going to be dropping and everything like that. But man, I'm just blown away. Oh my God. One more. Ben says, is the VR gloves and the hand tracking in the works for PSVR? Hip hop, I remember you interviewed somebody about that glove, that glove technology. Yeah. So I don't know if that's what they're asking here. Are they going to have some time? Because I heard about the patent with the wristband. They're going to pull away from that whole PlayStation Move narrative, and they're going to use that wristband. So are they going to have some sort of like glove to like mimic the movements and stuff like that for VR too?
Like, honestly, that's not my place to answer. but I'm gonna put a link in the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a link in the chat real quick. So and then after y'all see this, you should pretty much know what could be. Okay. I just put a link in the chat. So, yep, check that out.
Go check that out, guys. Go check that out. And we appreciate y'all for coming through and everything and supporting the podcast and the show. We really do appreciate you guys. This is episode 10 of the MGN podcast. Now I'm gonna let Hip Hop say his final things. Hip Hop, what you got working on this week or next week? Let everybody know what projects you have and everything. And the movement, the gaming guidance movement, is very powerful. So I need everybody to listen up to what Hip Hop have to say. Okay.
Yeah, man. So first off, the gaming and guidance movement, that's like dear to the heart. You know what I'm saying, right there. So that's where we impact the kids, but not just kids, just people in general. And what I'm doing is, like, I partnered up with NYPD and even New Jersey police departments to bring the community together, where we have discussions, we play games, and we try to figure out ways to be one community, one family, because hate it or love it, we all got to live with one another, so why not lead with love from what we do? So that program is there, so I'm very excited and humbled and thankful to have that. That's one. Two, I want to give a big shout out to my boy T-Pain. I'm working with him with Nappy Boy Gaming. So anybody that's looking to, get a lot of recognition, or if they feel like they're getting underrepresented, but they got something good to showcase and show off, like reach out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some of the main things that we're doing right now with Nappy Boy Gaming. I have like a bunch of videos and interviews that I still gotta do. And there's a major interview this month that I'm gonna be doing after Sony do what they gotta do. I got a major interview lined up after that. Yeah, crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't say what developer, because if I say what developer, then
it's gonna give it away.
It's gonna give a lot of things away. So it's like, but stay tuned. I got something dope. And then other than that, I did a new song for Watch Dogs Legion. I did a song and I did a song for Dying Light 2. So I'm still trying to get a few other things done, but when the time is right, I'm gonna let y'all check those out. And then also shout out to Red Infamy. Yes. We got a show called Inside the Game, and that's gonna have a big push soon. But we got something real dope coming. Shout out to the Ultimate Gamer and that brand. That's very exciting. And Yeah, man. Just always got a bunch of stuff going on, but that's just to name a few.
Okay, man. I always be saying this, forever, man. Like, I just see your grandma's in you, and just everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it up, man. Keep on going. Keep on pushing forward. I'm so proud of you, man. And anytime I'm here, anytime you need anything, I'm here. You need me to get involved with something, I'm here. The fans are here, man. And I'm very excited to see that interview and everything that you got cooking up and everything. So appreciate the love. And somebody said, appreciate that hip hop, wink, wink. So,
yo, much love. Yo, I appreciate it. All right, cool.
Yeah. So on that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign out, and we'll see you guys next week at 2:30. So y'all be blessed, and go check out Hip Hop on his channel, Hip Hop Gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G, all of that. Check it all out, man.